And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 383. So I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, I am going to be having a conversation with Mugen Lord once again. And this is going to be his 5th appearance on the show, which now makes you the person with the highest solo appearances on the show. You're actually at 5 solo appearances, and actually John's long box would probably, catch up to you eventually. So people can't say I don't like black people because I got a black guy that has the most appearances as far as one-on-one wise on the show. So, you guys better stop talking all that bullshit. The only black people I respect are the successful ones, like Michael Jordan, the late legend, the great Kobe Bryant. People still disrespect that motherfucker. And that guy completely changed the game. It's not about like if he was a ball hog or anything, people. Like if you didn't actually watch him play, it's crazy that people will say he wasn't as good. Man, on the court, he was always a threat, no matter what. It's a player that, looking back now compared to the players that I watch now from the NBA, it's like this man changed the game because he was just that people knew how dedicated he was to the game because he would talk about the game in a way where wasn't that thing he said he shot a non-existent basketball just to practice for hours. Like that means you knew that motherfucker was dedicated. He said he sat in practice, not even shooting a basketball, just shooting nothing, just jumping in the air and practicing a 3-point shot. Yeah, people knew how dedicated he was to the game. And I think that's what makes Kobe Bryant a legend too. Is like his dedication to the game was super infectious and you wanted to like it as much because he liked it. That's what I value in GOATs too. Like the way Michael Jordan would talk about how much he loved the game, how much you would cross someone, how much you would shoot a certain percentage. All that shit is infectious. I mean, like, okay, that's a legend right there. LeBron, obviously not. He's just I don't know what the fuck the guy is. Like now with the Lakers, if you guys don't know, he came back from his break. He had a really good opening game. He was really good. Then he had a streak of complete ass. Then he played against the Sixers. He had a really good game. There was mega clutch. He was hyping himself up because, that's what freaking chimping animals do like him. They just start aping out and shit. And then I think he's just been pretty hit or miss, mostly miss in my opinion. People like to really overhype this guy's really good games. The really good games are really good. I'll give him that. But there's so few far in between. Like, it's like a girl that you go over and you're like, okay, she'll blow me pretty good. You know what? That's all you got. There's nothing else. And then you come over to get blown again. It's not as good. You're like, wow, that's terrible. Your mouth is horrible. You're actually bad at deep throating and gagging. Then you try it again. You're like, well, okay, you're actually just suck fucking garbage. I'm going to just go to your sister then. Woo! And the other thing, dude, I got to get you on watching the AI Sasquatch where it's like this thing where his bitches with blue hair will walk into his coffee, it's like Starbucks or whatever, and they're like, I want an upside down, extra soy, extra foam, caramel macchiato. He just throws them out the window and he's like, fuck out of here. Come back when you're normal. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all we should do with crazy women like that. If you had a blue-haired bitch walking into your Starbucks, just all right, it's time for you to go out the window again. No, but it's great having you back on the show, man. It's always a pleasure having you on because I think we have some pretty good conversations here.
Always.
Yep. And I'll start with this because you were tweeting about this quite a lot when it was happening on that day, the 2025 Game Awards. So did you end up watching it on the actual page it was streaming from? Or did you watch it on like Twitter? Or did you? I was watching Hypnotic's crew.
No, I was watching it on the actual Game Awards. The Game Awards channel. I was watching it from there.
Okay.
I was watching it from there. What was I watching it on my? I think I was watching it on my Xbox from my TV. I think I can't remember. Yeah, I was doing that while I was working on some AI stuff on the computer. So yeah, I was watching it on the channel.
Okay.
From my Xbox and stuff.
Did you enjoy it? The show?
It was all right. It wasn't really like anything that really floored me, or I don't know. I go into these like, these are just corporate, circle jerks. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody just circle jerk, pat each other on the back. People already know who want to win and stuff like that. It's not really like for the gamers themselves. You know what I'm saying? especially
Yeah.
after finding out that somebody had put a listing up saying that it costs like $1 million if you want like a 3-minute trailer to be featured or something like that at the Game Awards. Like, you got these different prices if you want your games featured, like in trailers for promotions and stuff. It's expensive, so it's not for the indie developers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keely, he making bank off of this. He's making bank. You know, as far as like any upsets, I think the only upset was for me was that Mario Kart World still beating Sonic All Stars, the Sonic racing.
All-Star Racing game? Yeah, yeah. I played one of those before. I think the Sonic Racing game was the one that I played a long time ago was really good. I actually very
Yeah,
much enjoyed it.
the Sonic Cross Worlds like was still lost to Mario World Worlds Mario Kart World, and I don't understand, especially when you even had dedicated hardcore Mario Kart fans saying that it was nothing special about this Mario Kart. Like, in fact, Mario Kart 8 was better, you know. And then Mario or the Sonic Cross Worlds came out. It actually did really good. Actually did really, really good. You know, and people loved it, and
Do you
people
know what I think
preferred
it
it.
was? It's because the Sonic game just came out like not too long ago, and that Mario Kart game came out like what, beginning part of the year actually, with like the Switch 2.
The Mario Kart World came out when Switch 2 came out. Switch
That's what
2
was
came
it,
out
June?
like June, yeah, around like
Yeah.
June or something like that. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, because if it like you get games like what Game Awards was it when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out? Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 2 weeks before the Game Awards, and somehow that shit was racking up everything. So I don't think
That's how you know that shit is rigged.
but
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, that shit just came out, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, Sonic 3 wasn't, like Keen said, Sonic 3 wasn't
Yeah.
nominated.
So, like, you know what's crazy? Sonic 3 wasn't nominated for Best Video Game Movie Adaptation. They had shit in there that was because if they're just going off online, because these guys, they don't interact with human beings, guys. They interact with Twitter people. That's it. To circle jerk each other. Like, if they see you with pronouns in your bio, VTuber, gender fluid, blue hair, that's their audience right there.
Yeah.
Even those weirdos like Sonic 3. You tell me Sonic 3 isn't there? The only reason why Minecraft was there because it made like almost $1 billion. That's the reason why it was there. Like, be honest here, outside of like the hyped moments that Minecraft movie actually had in theaters, no one talked about that shit. You know?
Well, I'm not a Minecraft guy, so I didn't really care, like, but yeah, that was and as expected, Expedition 33 cleaned up as expected or whatever like that.
Yeah, it won like what every award but like one.
Yeah, something like that.
Insane.
Death Stranding didn't win shit. Like, Kojima was sitting there salty. He didn't win shit. What else?
Damn.
Oh, Ghost of Yote didn't win shit either.
Pretty sure that was going to be expected.
Yeah, Ghost of Yote didn't win shit. Yeah, Kojima's Death Stranding 2 didn't win shit. So it was Expedition 33 just came in. It was just cleaning up. But like I said, I don't really take these award things like serious or personal and stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics hit the best strategy game for this year and stuff like that. So I don't know. I walked away like, oh, whatever,
Yeah, I mean, there was a few cool announcements they had. I know a lot of people were really happy with the Mega Man announcement until they hit you with it's 2027. It's like, really? Why even show anything? Why? Why?
I mean, it's not even that. It's like they playing it too safe. I don't care for this. I mean, the side scroller Mega Man is awesome and stuff, but I want to see something like next generation Mega Man. And it's just another side scroller with some cool.
But they have to play it safe now because they've basically, I'll say, no one really trusts. I won't say no one really trusts games anymore, but it's like they think that this is what gamers want, and gamers are like, nah. So they have to go back to like the thing before.
Well, they played it safe with Mega Man 11. Mega Man 11 was the same 2D side scroller, and the Mega Man 11 came out like 3-4 years ago, and then we get another one, and it's actually Mega Man 12, but they decided not to call it 12. They just call it the dual overdrive or something like that.
What about Resident Evil?
I don't care.
You're not Resident. Meaning, I never played.
It's not Resident Evil to me. It's not Resident Evil. Like I said, like Resident Evil stopped at Code Veronica for me. Like Resident Evil 4 was a good game, but it wasn't Resident Evil to me. Okay. It was a good action game, but it wasn't Resident Evil. And four fucked it up for everything with Resident Evil for me. Like once four proved that it was like really, really good, Resident Evil just went a whole another direction. Like Resident Evil 5, I thought was pretty awesome because it was the first like co-op, Resident Evil game, but that wasn't Resident Evil. It was it was a third-person shooter action game. It just had Chris Redfield and of course Sheva, she was awesome. But other than that, it wasn't Resident Evil to me. And then I didn't even bother Resident Evil 6. My brothers had bought Resident Evil 6, but I didn't even bother that. That was Gears of War, but with Resident Evil skin over top of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, eh. And then it went on a hiatus. And then they come back with Resident Evil 7, and that wasn't Resident Evil. It was like a totally different game. For me, it seems like when it comes like with Capcom games, it's like Capcom has an idea for a new IP, but they're so afraid to like, you know what, like we're not too confident of putting it out there as a new IP. So what we'll do is we just take a familiar IP and slap this name on it, put some familiar things. You know what I'm saying? Like X Primal, that game was ass, but we thought it was going to be a new Dino Crisis game. You can clearly see that it was supposed to be Dino Crisis, and then at the last minute they just switched that shit up and stuff. But Resident Evil 7,
yeah,
pretty cool game, but that wasn't Resident Evil. It went straight to first person. It felt more like a Silent Hill kind of like game, and it kind of sense like how airy it is and everything. And then Resident Evil 8, The Village, that was not Resident Evil. It's not Resident Evil. I don't know what the fuck that is, you know. So I don't know. So
you know what really threw me off with the way they were announcing stuff is like they made a fucking announcement for a trailer that was for a game called Marvel Cosmic Invasion, guys. That game had already been out.
Yeah,
I don't know if people actually know that.
Yeah, I got the game.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it when I get paid. It looks like a game I would used to play back in the day.
It's a good game.
But it's just so weird that they advertised it because it's like, guys, Marvel's YouTube channel has like millions of subs. It's like, how did this not reach people? There's no way. So Disney or Marvel definitely shoved out some fucking hard cash.
Yeah. And not just that. It's like with this Game Awards too. It's like they gotta fill up shit. Like they gotta fill up categories because like some of these categories don't even make sense, or they gotta make a category just to fill out the time, to pad the time and stuff like that. And I think even with some of these advertisements, they don't have anything to really put in there. So they just, let's just put this, if the game is already out, let's just put it back in there, So I think that's a lot to do with that as well. But Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a good game. I didn't even finish it yet because I bought it day one, but been so busy working with other stuff. But I played it that night with my brother Keo, my brother Strike, and then my daughter, she played with us. So it was like the four of us that went through it.
Oh, that's cool.
Played like the first 3 levels and stuff, and we supposed to get back to it, but it's been so busy and shit like that. So hopefully we'll be able to play, especially during the holidays. My daughter and all of us will get back together. Probably stream it. Might stream it with me, my daughter, and my brothers and stuff, and then finish the game and stuff. So
hell yeah. What did you think about the Tomb Raider reveal, where it was just going to be 2 Tomb Raider games back to back?
I mean, I'm glad she's back. My only thing about like this return and stuff is that this new version of Lara Croft or whatever, like, okay, she's attractive or whatever, and people already know my takes when it comes to like the culture war stuff, or when it comes to like female characters and stuff. Like I'm more nuanced than that. Then okay, it's like they say, okay, let's just make her pretty this time, but this Lara Croft, yeah, she's pretty, but she don't got that vibe of the original Lara Croft. Like I said, Lara Croft wasn't just a model with a gun. You know what I'm saying? She was a femme fatale. Like when you look at her, like don't cross her. Like she can beat your ass and stuff like that. And she oozes with confidence and everything. This Lara Croft, she's just a model and just wearing and cosplaying as Lara Croft. You know what I'm saying? But she's more than that or whatever. But I'm not going to complain at the fact is that they are trying to pivot back the other way. So that is a good sign that they're trying to pivot back the other way. So, we'll see where it goes from there. I'm not going to just like completely slam it, but you can't win it all. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that, but we'll see how it goes. So it's going to be like 2 Tomb Raider games, the remake of the first game, and then that following year is the new one. That's the newest game in the entry, but we'll see, and hopefully they evolve the game in a sense, because when it comes to the older Lara Croft Tomb Raider games, even though I like Lara Croft, I like Tomb Raider and stuff,
Mhm.
those games didn't age well. Them controls are horrible. Those games did not age well. So hopefully, they don't just copy and paste and just throw good visuals, what I'm saying, on top of this new entry into Tomb Raider. Hopefully they do, modernize the gameplay in a
Yeah.
sense, make it feel fresh, but at the same time make it feel familiar, opposed to just copying and pasting and stuff. Because I started noticing with a lot of these old IPs, man, a lot of these developers don't know what to do with them. That's why Mega Man is struggling. Capcom just don't know what to do with Mega Man, and I think that's the same thing that's going on with Tomb Raider as well, with Lara Croft. Like, these developers just don't know what to do with her. They just don't know
Yeah.
what to do, you know?
Yeah. Because it gets into that point of a IP's lifespan where what else can you do to really change things up unless it's a complete overhaul? But then
Yeah,
you know how much backlash people are going to be
yeah,
getting
yeah,
if they
yeah.
do that. So you can't do that. You can't. And then if you kill off a character that people like, then I'm going to hate you for that.
Yeah,
It's hard.
yeah,
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 it's hard
yeah.
to change things
Because
up.
my dad was, and when he looked at it, he thought it was cool what they showed, but he said, "Yo, man, like." He even said with the Tomb Raider, it's like some IPs is just dated. Like it was just good for his time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just gotta just leave it where it's at. Like, so he wasn't really inclined to. He wasn't hyped for it. He saw that, oh man, yeah, she looks awesome and stuff. But look at the gameplay. It looks dated. Like, the animations. She jump back and shoot back. You see them imitating the older games, but it just didn't look as appealing or
Yeah.
whatever like that. So
So someone had said, there's a few comments. I think I was watching Hypnotic stream of the guys he was with EFAPing it. Someone in his chat was like, "Hey, Melanie Mac just squirted." What the fuck?
yeah.
What the fuck? Good lord, she ain't playing that shit anyway. Oh my god,
Oh,
man, she ain't
what's
playing.
up, Neo? What's up, Neo? Well, my boys
Yeah,
are here. What's up, Forrest Gardner? Yeah, all right, my boys
yeah.
here.
You know what's crazy is because we were talking about this before the episode started, and the same thing happened with like Rush Hour, and we were talking about
Yeah, yeah, Rush
Friday.
Hour. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So like I understand the novelty of wanting to do maybe like a last hurrah with like
Yeah,
Rush
yeah.
Hour or Friday, but then it gets to a point where time goes on, and then it's
Hmm.
so long, like
Yeah,
basically after the last entry in that series came. It's like, do
yeah,
you really need another one? Like I forget the dude's name, Reese Witherspoon, right? The guy's, he was fucking Craig's dad. He's gone. Like, he's
yeah,
dead.
yeah,
So if you
yeah.
do a legacy sequel to the third Friday, which will be their fourth movie, if he's
Hmm.
not there, it's gonna
Yeah.
feel like how the Fast and Furious movies feel, where without Paul
Well,
Walker,
Walker. Yeah,
without Paul Walker there, it's like it don't feel the same, And that's
yeah.
not, and
Just
I
let.
know it's not the cast's fault. They can't,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's not their
yeah.
fault,
That's why I
but
just leave it alone
yeah,
at that
yeah.
point.
It's like when a core family. It's like when the grandma passes away, right? And you know how all the grandparents always keep everyone connected, and then when they're gone, it feels like that connection's there is severed. You can't really replace that, and we're at this point now where it's like, we got 3 Friday movies. They're all hilarious. They're funny as fuck.
Hmm.
People love them. Three Rush Hour movies. Well, the third one's not as good as the first two, but they're loved in their own specific way. And people gotta ask themselves, do you really need more of these? You
Yeah,
already got
yeah, yeah.
three is already enough. Ththree's
Yeah,
crazy
well,
as
but
it
like,
is.
'cause personally for me, when it came to Friday, because I saw it was like three of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I saw
yeah,
all three of them, but out of all of them, the first one was still the better one. Like nothing. Second one was funny, but the first one was the best one.
yeah,
I always rewatch the first one. I don't care how many times. I always rewatch it. Like the second one, I only seen like 3 times. And the third one I only saw like twice. I didn't care to watch the third or the second one again. If the first one is always the one I go back to watch over and over again. That was it. That was Chris Tucker at his prime. Everybody was awesome in that first film. The second one didn't feel right when Smokey didn't come back, because that was during a time where Chris Tucker, his career shot the hell up. Remember, you had Money Talk, you had Rush Hour. You had he was in Fifth Element. he was doing all these films after that. So for him, he saw that as a downgrade to go back. And plus, the rumor was Ice Cube wasn't really trying to pay out money like that either. So that's why he didn't return. And plus, that was doing also. He didn't want to. He also said that he didn't want to be known, to be just like promoting smoking weed and stuff like that. That was another reason why he didn't want to come back for the second film and whatever like that. So I remember when they announced the second Friday, because I was like, oh man, it's been years. And I said, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. And then we found out that Smokey wasn't coming back. I said, I don't know, man. I said Chris Tucker made that movie. That he made that movie what it was. Like everybody was awesome in there, but it was Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
He was the highlight of that
DVD. If you actually have if people had the DVD back and then like I did, and you watch it behind the scenes how they made the movie, and it's such a feel good story about how they actually made the movie too. Like Ice Cube didn't have a lot of money,
and stuff. Yeah, I got the
DVD, like man, it's such a feel good story about how they actually made that movie, and it came out.
It was more. Awesome. It was like an indie film, pretty much. It was pretty much like an indie film, and they
should have kept that final scene. You know the deleted scene of when he talks to Craig. After the fight with Debo, they should have kept that scene in the movie, man. That would have really just gave it that nice little edge it had. They should have kept that scene in, man. If you guys haven't seen the deleted scene, especially after the fight with Debo, where the dad says he was proud of him because first part of the movie he's scolding him for not having a job and eating up all the food and everything.
Man, that was a good film. But yeah, man, like it comes a time where you gotta let certain things go. It's the cast is too like they was trying to the rumor was that they was going to do a Rush Hour 4 like a couple of weeks ago. They was announcing they was going to do a Rush Hour 4 Paramount Pictures, but then he just changed their mind and canceled it. But I don't want a Rush Hour 4. Like Jackie Chan old as shit now, and I'm like, what can they do with it? And I said Chris Tucker, like I said before, he's not the same Chris Tucker. He's not like what he was in his prime and stuff like that.
Unless they do some sort of like Bad Boys 4, like Bad Boys 3.
I don't even like I don't really like those new like Bad Boys. Stopped that too. And the thing is, it could have been an awesome franchise if they just kept it going. Right after 2, do the next one. Kept it going. But no, they waited all these years. Martin Lawrence had quarter stroke. During that time period, Martin Lawrence ain't the same. Like, and that's another thing. Like, Martin Lawrence is not the same Martin Lawrence. Ever since he had that supposed stroke that they claimed that he had and stuff. But I don't know. I think it's deeper than that. But he's not the same.
He always said it was Will Smith. I think it was Will Smith that kept him from doing any more Bad Boys movies, because you talk about career spiking out. His career really spiked up. After the second one and the first one too. He's all like after, because I think that.
He was doing I Am Robot. He was doing I Am Legend, I Robot. You know what I'm saying? He was doing all kinds of
he was a lot of fucking movies.
Oh yeah, Hancock. He was all over the place. Yeah, so
I actually think it was Will Smith that was really keeping, because Michael Bay said he was always down to do it. It was Michael Bay. I mean, never gonna turn down blowing up some shit with some hot bitch around. Never gonna turn that down. So, and that's what ends up happening too. It's like, we're at this point now where, because they have been teasing this Rush Hour 4 movie for a while, but people forget, just a few years ago, they were like, hey, we got a director already, which is Brent Ratner, let's be honest here. It was going to always be him coming back anyway. And Jackie Chan was like, hey, I'm ready to do it whenever they want to. But now we're at a point where, do you really need it? Like, do we really need these things,
Yeah, and remember they had a Rush Hour TV series that got canceled after.
I remember it was a CW one. Yeah,
it got canceled after like the 3rd or 4th episode because it was dated. Like it was really, really dated. It was horrible. It was dated or whatever like that. But like Keen said, like Men in Black, like they did a sequel.
Men in Black,
Men in Black,
yeah.
Like I only like the first one. I didn't like the second one because I liked the duo with Tom Lee Jones and Will Smith. I thought that was awesome. And then Tom Lee Jones wasn't in the follow up. Was he in the follow up? No, he wasn't in the second one. I don't think he was.
Yeah, he came back for the third one, I think. I'm pretty sure he was in the second one too. I'm pretty sure.
No. They was trying to get him back, bring him back to the MIB in the second one. I believe it was, if I can remember. But yeah, it just wasn't the same. Once he did the new one with Chris Hemsworth, and I don't want to watch that. And then and
It's like
same
they had
thing.
wrapped it up already with the third one. Like, cause I
Yeah,
never watched those movies, and I watched the third one just randomly, and
yeah,
it was fine. It was like, but it had an ending where you're like, this is done. There's not
yeah.
really much else more here unless you do another duo.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
and they waited too long for Independence Day too, because Will Smith didn't want to come back for the second Independence Day, so
Yeah.
they killed his character off, and stuff like that. So that's why he didn't come back for it. Why wait this long?
I think the reason why he didn't want to do Bad Boys 3 earlier than
Hmm.
after the second one came out is because I feel like he did the thing that The Rock is now doing. It's like, I'm done with these action comedy movies. I'm trying to be in like that prestige Oscar Academy
Yeah.
Award movie. Because remember, around the time after he did Hitch, he did Hancock, and then
Hmm.
in that middle period, he did Pursuit of Happiness. Pursuit of
Hmm.
Happiness. He didn't. What's crazy is how did he not win an Academy Award for that? I mean, that movie's pretty
Yeah.
darn fucking good, right?
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
I feel like he felt like This is what I think. I think he felt like doing that was beneath him when his
Yeah.
career was really
Well,
shooting up.
that's that's what people were saying about Chris Tucker, like why he didn't want to return back for Friday. He was doing like he was up there with the echelon. He was doing movies with Bruce Willis and stuff like that, Charlie Sheen, like this dude. And Chris Tucker was like almost the highest paid like actor at that time. I think he was getting like a couple million.
He was at one point the highest paid actor.
Yeah, yeah, getting a
People want to
couple
say Hollywood's
million
race.
per
This is
movie.
crazy.
Yeah,
People want to say Hollywood's racist. Guys, at
yeah.
one point, Chris Tucker was the highest paid
Yeah, he was
actor.
making millions. He was getting paid more than most of the actors that he was acting with. You know what I'm saying? So like it was crazy. It was crazy. But
That
yeah,
was probably a reason too. Yeah, it's because Martin Lawrence couldn't keep Will Smith's wife's name. Yep.
yeah, like yeah. So Chris Tucker, he seen Friday as beneath him, and stuff. But what fucked him up was taxes. He wasn't paying his damn taxes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's what got him. Hmm.
Man, I think people gotta realize these kind of things like movies and television, like you talked about, when you have like 3, 4 movies deep, we're talking about movie series that have already like, fucking 6, 7 movies, TV shows with like more than 5 seasons. At a certain point, there's nothing else there. We got to just move on. I remember Charlie Sheen. It's weird because Charlie Sheen, I think he's trying to rewrite history a little bit, but he had talked about, he gave this interview with Logan Paul, and he was like, after the 7th season, he felt like they were done, but they kept offering him a lot of more money to come back for season 8. Season 8 had all
Hmm.
those issues with drugs and rehab and shit. But it's crazy because a lot of people got to understand things that come out are just supposed to only be good for that time period
Yeah.
and that finite amount of time. It's just interesting that you have this many franchises now that are still pumping out movies. Like Scream is a series you can do that
That's
because it has a type of aspect
that's
and appeal.
that Scream television. It was on Netflix or it was a
MTV.
streaming series. Yeah, yeah. That's a series. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, like Scream is a series you can do that because
Yeah,
their type of concept allows for that, but not
yeah.
every IP is going to allow you to basically just like
Because
rehash the same thing.
Hollywood is out of ideas. That's what it is. Hollywood is out of ideas. That's why they keep remaking shit or they keep reviving shit that should stay dead. Like don't bring it back, especially if it's a classic. Like if you're not going to do it right, because the most like especially in this day and era with
Yeah,
writing and everything, you're not going to do it right. The only series that the only thing that they brought back that they actually I love, where is a perfect example of how you bring back a classic and do it some justice, and that was Cobra Kai. Oh my,
mhm.
Cobra Kai. Man, I didn't think they was able to take Karate Kid and then just do a series and have a universe and actually make it fucking awesome. That's how you bring a classic back and actually do it justice, man.
Wax on, wax off.
Me and my daughter was
I've
like,
only ever seen the first
being,
one. That was for me.
yeah, Cobra Kai, man. Man, Cobra
No,
Kai,
no,
bro.
I've only ever seen the first one. I only ever saw the first one. I saw the he did the kick where he knocked the dude out. That was it. That's the only
Bro,
movie I ever
Cobra
seen.
Kai, man. I actually walked away with that joint with tears in my eyes because of how, especially you see how all the characters come together and so many arcs had finally got a chance to see a conclusion and stuff. That's how you bring back an old franchise and bring it to modern times and make it watchable for not only the old generation but for the modern younger generation, man. Love the fuck out of that, man. Cobra Kai was awesome.
For me, it was because I had watched the original Top Gun, and I thought it was pretty. Just I get it for that time period. The way it looks awesome. But I also said this movie's not good as far as like story, character.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up watching Top Gun when I was a kid. I never understood like what's the plot of this, and I never understood what the plot. I said, is there actually a plot to this?
People got very mad at me. I watched it. There's no plot to this.
I always thought that. I'm like, they're not really fighting anybody. Like, it's not really any war or anything like that. I'm like, what is the actual plot to this shit? Like, but it was a classic. I love the music. It was an all-star cast and stuff like that. The original. But when they said he's gonna make a sequel to it, I'm like, but it made $1 billion. I'm like,
yeah, I feel like Top Gun Maverick is the way you do a legacy sequel to something, because Top Gun Maverick knowledge night and day better than in my opinion, the first one. It's just that actually has a story there. It's actually a really good legacy sequel movie. It's like I can't, because the first one he's just trying to bang his fucking army teacher or whatever.
I never knew what the plot. I never knew what the plot was.
The best part of the movie is when his best friend got struck down and he felt bad.
Goose.
And everything.
Yeah, Goose. When Goose got killed.
Yeah,
but
that's when I felt like it actually became a movie. I was like, oh shit, this is actually a movie now. Because before that, they're having that competition with Iceman. They're flying, they're in danger zone. They're like, all right, he wants to bang his teacher. Got anything else? That's it.
I guess it was just the life is just in the Air Force. I guess I don't know. Like I never understood. Like I never thought there was a plot to that movie at all.
Yeah, like I understand, like movies like that are like, it's all testosterone, it's all fun, but guys, there's no story there. It's just if it's just fun, cool. You got me on the fun part, but
it wasn't one of those movies that I would just want to go back and watch. But it was a movie that I grew up with, so I had fond memories of it and stuff. But it wasn't one of those movies like, I want to watch Top Gun. Nah,
not me. Oh God, man. Hey, I will always go back and rewatch Aliens 2. Man, I fucking love that movie.
Oh, bro, no, but see, Aliens it never gets old, especially Aliens 2. Like I watch the other ones, but Aliens 2 is always the main one. I always go back and watch. I love Aliens 2, bro. Aliens 2 was just awesome, man.
I remember the first time
as a kid, I used to be scared of it, of the xenomorphs and stuff. But oh man, Aliens 2. I remember
when I first watched it at a friend's house, I was like, damn, I think I just saw a masterpiece. Top down, fucking. You ever watch a movie and go, I think I just saw a perfect movie there.
Alien,
bottom to top, straight up perfect movie. Awesome fucking movie.
And Sigourney Weaver was just awesome in that movie, man. Like she was just such a badass in that movie. Just the plot and the maternal instincts that she had and stuff. Like because she already been through it in the first one, so the second one, she getting that like that post-traumatic stress and stuff. Like, yo, I've been there. Like, y'all guys don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I seen these things and stuff. Like, I seen this thing in action, and I just loved every bit of it. That's why.
What about Jurassic Park?
I like the first one.
This one's very good.
The first one was very good. I didn't really care for the second one. The third one, which pretty much got retconned. The first and the third one was good. And then that's when they retconned. When the recent one came out, what was it called?
Jurassic World. The Jurassic World series.
Yeah, Jurassic World retconned the third movie. That was because you had the trilogy, you had the first trilogy, but when that one came out with Chris Pratt, it overwritten what happened in the third film and stuff like that. But the first and the third film were my favorite Jurassic Park. I've seen the first trilogy.
I've seen all of them. Yeah,
I saw the first one with the first Chris Pratt one. I didn't bother to watch.
That was pretty.
No. I liked that one, but I didn't bother.
That was solid. Yeah.
I didn't bother to follow up on it.
It sucks though, because that movie, if the old guy had not been old at that time when they filmed that first one and he lived, he could have had that line where it's like, "Welcome to Jurassic World." But he had already passed away. It fucking sucks. But there was a movie that I think YGO Paisano recommended to me a long time ago, and I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you ever seen The Thing? I was like, no, what the fuck is that?
Shit, The Thing, bro. Yo, I got that on DVD.
Yeah.
Yo, I I made a religion to at least watch it once a year. The thing with practice like the practical effects for for that film, and it still freaks me out no matter how. And it was it the thing came out what, like the late 70s, I think, or was it the early
70s.
80s?
It,
Late 70s,
it
early
was like
80s.
I'm pretty sure it was like late 80s. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was right. Yeah. But bro, for that time, that was like it was just genius, man. And the thing is, like, you can always pick that apart because if you go on like YouTube, people still, because at the very end of the first film, you got Keith David and you got Kurt Russell. They both looking at each other, and they're looking at each other to make sure that if one of to see if one of them are the thing,
Yeah.
and they leave it open ended, like who is the thing? Is it Kurt Russell or is it Keith David?
Yeah.
And still to this day, people still got thesis videos, theories about who could
That's
it
people
possibly
have
be.
literally 3-hour long videos breaking
Yeah,
that shit
still
down.
to this day, like because and people try to and both arguments of who could possibly be the thing is plausible. It's plausible. And then they did a prequel, which was
That was the
which I
2011
never got a
one.
chance to
Yeah.
watch. The prequel
Yeah.
was like, yeah, but the prequel was, and I see that's why I love YouTube though, because how people do YouTube. I love people's editing because you remember when the thing first comes on, when the original movie first come on, you see the dog, the
Yeah.
helicopter chasing the dog and shit like that. Well, the that one is the prequel. The modern thing that came out is the prequel to show what happened to that base. That
Yeah, I remember
where
that. Yeah.
yeah. And at the very end, you
It
see the
shows the
guy get
dog.
on the helicopter
Yeah.
chasing after the dog at the very end of that film.
Mhm.
Somebody did an edit of it, took that part, and then blended it with the first film. So you see the ending of of that modern prequel or whatever like that, and then the guy did a great transition where it looks like it actually connects, like it's one seamless film. And when he connected it all together, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And you see the guy trying to shoot the dog, and then Kurt Russell and them shoot the guy, and they bring the dog into their base. I was like, oh man. But a lot of people didn't like the prequel because the reason why they didn't
It's because
do
they
a
use more
sequel,
CGI. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the prequel.
yeah,
I
it's a lot
remember.
of CGI. It didn't have no
Yeah.
practical. But also too, the reason why they did a prequel and not a sequel to the thing was because they said, yo, the first thing was so good, like you can't up it. So the actual sequel to the thing is the game that came out on Xbox, the first Xbox.
Yeah, I think they had a few comics actually. I don't know if they're
Mhm.
canon to what happened in the movie, but I remember YGO Paisano told me about
Mhm.
it, and I
Mhm.
was like, okay. I thought he was just hyping it up. You know people do with their favorite movies, always hype them up. And I watched it, and I was like, this might be easily the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. So,
Yeah.
you just watch a movie, you go, that's a fucking masterpiece, top to down, like top to bottom.
Yeah.
I think
The classics, man.
yeah, I think
Classics.
the first movie that I saw was just one of my favorite was Jaws, because I remember I was
Bro, Jaws, like yo, bro,
Yeah.
that's another one. My mom, my mom's a Jaws fanatic. She had all the Jaws movies and stuff. And then we got them on DVD and stuff. But yeah, Jaws, man, these are classics. Dude, you bringing up the classics. This is stuff that I grew up with. Like I said, Aliens 2, loved it. And then like the Thing, and then you talking about Jaws, bro. Like I was scared of Jaws.
I'm not
When I
gonna
was a
lie.
kid.
Like I remember
When I was a kid, I was
yeah.
scared of Jaws.
I was obsessed with sharks. To be fair, I still am. I'm obsessed with sharks. I love sharks. And I remember I would open up the little books, like little kid books they have. They would always mention the movie Jaws. And then I remember I was like on my couch. You know, you scroll through shit on back in the day on TV. That's what we did, guys. Back in the day, we had a remote and we scrolled through shit to watch. I remember it said Jaws was on. I was like, that's the movie I know from the book that I was reading from. And it played, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I had nightmares the first time I watched it, because I was thinking, I was laying in my bed, and I was thinking, is this shark just gonna come eat me?
No,
Lord,
yeah, bro. Like, I think Jaws is more so responsible for why I have this phobia of like going underwater. Like, I freak out even in video games. I don't like water levels because I don't like wits. I don't like the creatures. I don't like. I'm scared I might run into a shark or some type of big creature that simulates a shark and stuff like that. Jaws really fucked me up as a kid or whatever, and I used to have nightmares. Like I'm laying on my bed, and then I used to wake up and it's just water, and my bed is just floating on the water, and it just Jaws is just swimming around.
Yeah, I
swimming
swear
around my
I had
bed.
nightmares the first time I watched it. I swear I did, because I remember it wasn't the killing. It was the one where it's the boat one. It's the boat one where he's getting eaten.
Yeah.
That one is he just speeding up. I was like, oh, that one really like
Yeah.
just fucked me up.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like in fourth grade when that movie. I was in fourth grade when I first saw it. So I was like, I don't know, like 5, 6 years. I was like, God damn, holy fuck. I was like, that guy got fucked completely.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I think watching that movie traumatized me from watching horror movies after that, because I didn't really watch horror movies after that, because before that I saw the first Child's Play movie, and I really can't do those movies. I can't really do those. The way that doll looks just freaks me out.
Yeah, yeah.
I just
But like,
can't stand looking at that thing, man. Oh,
like the thing is, like, I'm not a horror film person, but
definitely a horror fan.
yeah.
Horror fan.
Oh, and like most modern horror films, like the modern ones, like when I was going through high school and stuff, never really scared me. But this one horror film that scared that really freaked me out. I didn't even want to go to bed. And this was in my senior year, and me and this Egyptian girl named Marion. I took her to the movies to go see it with me, and it was The House of Wax. My God, that film.
House of Wax. I heard of that.
Yeah.
I never seen it.
Bro, that film scared the fuck out of me. It was because, like, of course, like the typical horror films, we got teenagers, rebellious and stuff, and then and they end up they're supposed to be going to this party or something like that, to this concert, but then they had quarter flat, and then they went to go try to get some help, and they went to this one sign that led them to this town, and when they get in there, you see silhouettes of people, you see the windows open, the blinds, and people closing and stuff, but the place seems empty, but there's this guy that come up to him and say, yo, I help fix your tire and stuff. But to make a long story short, man, it was all set up, and what happened was it was two main characters. It was the character Lucas that played in One Tree Hill. He was the main character, and he had a twin sister. So those two was like the actual main characters that end up surviving at the end of the film. But what happened was when they got there, it was this guy or whatever like that who was like deformed or whatever. But what he would do was he would take people and turn them into wax figures, like while alive and shit. So what happened was when the sister was screaming for help, she ran because she remembered somebody looking out the blinds. She goes in the house, it was wax figures, but everybody in that town was waxed alive, and dude, they used to be real people. And the process, like, it was looking nasty. It was like they showed how the guy was burning them and waxing them. So what happened was the sister's boyfriend, he was the first one that got killed. The boy is the guy from what's the name of that? What's that TV show on CW? I can't remember the name of the show. But anyway, he was the first one that they made an example of. Turned him to wax. And what happened was one of the guys was running from the killer. He walked into this museum, see all these wax figures and stuff, but he sees the guy who his homie. He said, wait a minute, like who, like, dude, stop playing. Is that really you? Because he's sitting at the piano and he's talking. He can't talk. He's like he's trying to scream, but he can't scream because he's waxed alive.
Yeah.
And his eyes are moving. So his friend went over to him, would go touch him, and he started picking at his face, and he was peeling his face off, and he's screaming, and his tears coming out of his eyes. He's trying to tell him to stop doing that, but he just kept digging into his face, thinking that he's in there somewhere. He's just ripping his face out. I'm like, yo, it was freaking, yo, that movie freaked me the fuck out. I never like being waxed alive like that. It was just crazy. And then the guy, he trips and fall and knocked over somebody, and when they fell, they broke to pieces. And you just see dry skeletons and brains and shit like that. Oh man, it was, man. And I had to hold my composure. I had the chick with me in the movie. So I'm sitting there like I'm freaking, like I'm like trying to stay tough and shit.
Oh God.
God.
It's like those moments like back in the day before we like kind of knew what horror movies were, because I think the reason why people are still scared of horror movies is because they don't subconsciously realize they're not real. Like that's when I stopped becoming like, wait a minute, this isn't real. I'm like, this is all acting. Then at that point when I had that epiphany, I was like, don't be scared of. This isn't real. So I remember back in the day that like DVR was a big thing with like Time Warner and shit. They would always play the second Saw movies.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
Are you reading my fucking mind?
You
I was
remember
about to
getting the
break,
ads for the Saw
bro.
movies where the people be screaming and shit?
Yeah,
That's what freaked me
bro.
out. Like, what the hell's going on? Yeah.
Bro, before you interrupted me, I was about to mention Saw, and Saw 2 is my favorite one of no, I ain't gonna lie. For Saw 1 and 2. Saw 1, 2, and 5 was like my favorite ones. And I was in college
Mhm.
when the first Saw came out, but I never saw the first Saw, but I saw advertising for Saw 2 at the time. So I was like, man, I really wanted to watch the second one. So it was this girl named Elena that I took out on a date or whatever like that because she wanted to see Saw. I wanted to see it as well. Saw, she wanted to see Saw too. She saw the first Saw, but I didn't see the first Saw.
Yeah.
So I remember I went to my friend Sean and my friends. I went to their dorm and they had Saw 1, so I sat down and watched it with them and shit. Like I'm not really into gore and all that type of stuff. But what I liked about Saw was the story because of how the build up. It's always that ending. That ending always fucks you up because, like I said, at the end of the first Saw, the killer was there the whole time with them in the
Yeah.
bathroom. That really, like, I'm like, oh my god! This is actually fucking good. Now I gotta find out what's gonna happen in the second one.
Yeah.
Go to the movies, and that second one, that ending tricked me out. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for the third one. I think the biggest mistake was they killed Jigsaw
I always said the same thing. Kill
in
them
the
off way
third
too
film.
early. Yeah.
They killed them all too early, and then they really they regretted it because Jigsaw was the star of that franchise, and them killing him early. What they had to do was they had to rely on flashbacks and to still have him there, but he was already dead and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, that's one of my favorite. I guess you would say horror series of all time. I always like me and my daughter watched it because I introduced it to
That
her.
first Saw movie, that first one, I actually like the second one. I know people give it a little bit of crap,
I
but
love
that
the
second
first
one
and
where
second.
he ends, that second one where he tricks them
Yeah,
at the end.
dog.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like, yo, yeah, dog. Like first and second, and the fifth one. The fifth one's when the cop, like the hero, like the hero gets killed, like, and he gets killed brutally, and because you find out that the one of the cops it was a crooked cop. He was working with Jigsaw the whole time. That's why he was catching
Are you
criminals.
talking about
That's
Hoffman? Yeah, yeah.
Hoffman was behind it the whole. In order for Jigsaw to get these people, Hoffman, you had to have a cop. The cop has
Yeah.
all the
And then you
records and
learn
stuff like that.
about why he
Yeah,
fucking
you found
almost
out why
yeah,
he and
yeah.
stuff like that. But when the good cop was chasing after Hoffman, and because of his impatientness wanting to get Hoffman, got himself killed. And because when the good cop ran in that room and saw that chamber in there, and that chamber, and he pressed the tape and saying that the place, this is either going to be your tomb, your
Yeah.
grave, or it's going to be your security. So him and Hoffman start fighting fist to fist, and the hero cop threw Hoffman inside of that tomb thing,
Yeah.
and then I finally got you. I finally got you. And then Hoffman said, he's pointing down at the tape player. He pressed the tape player, and come to find out that was the thing that was supposed to save him. But instead, he actually saved him, Hoffman, by
Yeah.
throwing him in there. He
Yeah.
was supposed to go in there, not Hoffman.
Yeah.
And then he pressed the button, and then the walls was
The walls
coming
start
in.
closing in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like I
yeah.
said, what caught me by surprise was I said he's the hero. He's going to get out of it. No, it literally we watched him get smashed, and it looked so gory because you seeing somebody get crushed, his bones is ripping out and stuff, and he turned into a pancake, and the villain got away. That's why I love this Saw so much. It's like you would think one thing and it just turned to something else, and
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win. Like, no, he got away.
Yeah, that has to be the second best trap they did. Because, like, like you would watch movies and TV where, like, they would have those trap zones where the walls, the spikes would come out of the wall and they would come in. You're like, but the hero always got out of that. They always climbed over and got out of it. That one, no, he got
no, that wasn't the case. He was dead. He was dead. I sat there and said, oh wow, he actually died.
Lord, fucking hell, man, that first one, damn, so damn good.
Yeah.
Hell.
But the Saw, then the very last one was like Saw 3D. That wraps everything
That
up.
reverse bear trap when it finally went off was like, oh my god, that is insane. Holy fuck! It was just poetic. It was used on his fucking wife.
Yeah, using the wife. But no, remember when it first opened up, where it was these two dudes.
Oh, I remember the one. Yeah,
the chick in the middle, and they both the two guys were actual bros, and come to find out the chick was playing both of them. She was messing with one and messing with the other,
I remember, yeah.
and they had to pick and choose. Like you can, if you want to have her, you got to kill your homie and shit like that. So while they're fighting back and forth, the saw is cutting them in the chest, but then they started realizing, because she said, "I love you," but then the moment that that dude started losing, she just turned around and said, "I love him," and then he's like, "Wait a minute." So both the bros, I never thought they would do this. Both the bros said, "Yo, why are we fighting over this bitch?" So they just let her die, and the saw just ate her ass up, and her guts was just coming out. So why we want to die? Like, she don't really love both of us. They just let her die. And the thing was, like, the fire team tried to come in and try to break them out, because they did it like they was trapped for the public to see.
Yeah,
And shit like that. Yeah, it was crazy. But that was the first time I ever seen bros before hoes in a movie like that. Like
I'm glad they realized that too. Oh, fuck this bitch. It's either me or you. I'm good. Yeah, fuck that. And then I do like the ending of because that's the seventh one. Yeah, I do like the ending of the seventh one, where you have Hoffman being trapped in that fucking shit place.
It brought everything back full circle. That's what, and that was a perfect ending. It closed everything out.
7 movies.
And then they try to bring that shit back. Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. It was called Spiral.
Well, they had Jigsaw first, remember?
No, Jigsaw. Jigsaw. Yeah. I saw that. I went to the movies to see that. It was okay. But like I said, it's done already. Like,
well, because remember when Saw 3D was coming out, remember how the trailers were like, "This is the final one." People that was advertised as the final one. It's like, why? And keep in mind, why would it not be? If you watch it, it's like the guy that sawed off his leg from the first one, which was he was helping out Jigsaw with everything. He got Hoffman for what Hoffman was doing. What else is there? It's like, pretty sure the story's over. Like, Jill's dead. Like, I don't know why they would bring, and then because the Jigsaw is just another prequel to the first one.
And we already know the outcome. We know the outcome already at that point. We know what the future is going to lead to. So it was just pointless, you know. Because the Saw movies were they were money makers. Every Saw made money. It had a low budget. It was a low budget. They were low budget films. That got them millions. That's why they couldn't they didn't want to let that gravy train go.
Yeah, because I remember Saw was like Call of Duty. You fucking movie it felt like
every Halloween. It was every Halloween.
Yeah, I want to see the budget for Saw 3D. 17 million. That shit made 136. This is like 2010 inflation, people. That movie made gangbusters. And this is also back in the day where like movies would make gangbusters on DVD sales too. So they made a fuck ton on that one. Because Jigsaw didn't come out. Because I remember Jigsaw didn't come out until 2017. So they took like a good almost decade break. But like, I don't really get why they made another one. It just kind of feels just kind of pointless after the other one. Honestly, I know they did Saw 11, which is the one movie between 1 and 2. I didn't see that one yet. People said it's really good, so that's nice to hear, actually.
Yeah. It was making gangbusters. That's why they couldn't stop. They just kept making them.
These movies were 13 million for Saw 11. That should make 125. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
People love those movies, man. Hey, I get it. We all have our good guilty pleasure. Did you ever watch this movie called The Descent?
So some of the bitches that went under. Oh, bro, I love that film. I was over at my cousin's house. He introduced that to me, my cousin Zion, and we watched the first one. And then they did a second. Yeah, because it was the Asian bitch. Well, no. Who was it?
That's the Asian girl. Yeah,
the Asian bitch. It goes to show that chicks do not like each other. Because the whole trip they was girlfriends to the end, and then when they got in that damn cave, they was throwing each other under the bus in there. And we found out that one of the girlfriends was messing with one of the chicks, a husband.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. The
husband and the daughter die, and then the lady's traumatized, and they're like, okay, let's go on a girls' trip. Man, that first one is so good. That's one of those like, why do they do a sequel to that? It's
I saw both. I saw both.
That's what a sequel to. Like, it's like some of these movies just need to be one and done. Because people forget that movie's ending. The reason why they changed it, because the actual ending is the ending that The Thing had, essentially, where it's like there's no hope out of this, it's over. Because the test screening audience they were so sad for what happened in that the original ending. They changed it to have a more of a, how would I say, palatable ending. That theatrical ending's not the actual ending. The actual ending is basically her just going fucking insane and realizing there's no way out, and all those fucking cave demons just surround her and shit. That's the actual ending. It's crazy how much like test screening audience can change like happened with Deep Blue Sea. Remember Deep Blue Sea? They didn't like that bitch. It's crazy. No one liked girl bosses then because that bitch lady Susan is a girl boss. No one liked that bitch then. No one liked that concept then. They're like, can we change that? I remember they said it was like, kill that bitch. Holy fuck.
Wait, J-Man said, Cole said, how do you guys feel about Superman Return? That shit was ass.
Superman Returns sucks.
That shit was ass. I was just
I've never liked Superman Returns. I think
that shit was corny. I only saw that shit. I saw that shit like twice. I saw it in the theaters when it first came out, and then it came on cable at one time, and I was like, this shit is ass. That was ass. That's why I love Man of Steel so much, because of that bad taste that Man of Steel had left in my mouth or whatever like that.
I remember I bought it on DVD at a pawn shop because I remember when it was coming out, it was promoted huge, but I thought it was bad. It's boring.
It was really bad. It was very boring. Very boring. It was just Superman versus the environment. That's all it was.
It was just
simp
Superman. Super simp.
Yeah. I was like, nah, man, just let that shit go.
Horror movies that scared me were the Hellraiser movies, Pumpkinhead, Friday the 13th, Jason films, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Jason films are funny. They ain't even scary. Jason, I laugh at them. Them deaths are brutally funny.
I like the Michael Bay produced one. I like the 2000. That's my favorite one. This is the 2009 one.
No, yeah, the 2000. No, me and my when me and my baby mom were together, we and her went. No, we actually no wait. You said 2009. No, yeah. She was My daughter was. Because it can't. What month did they come out? They came out in February, Valentine's Day, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. My daughter. She was 8 months pregnant with my daughter, and we went to the movies on Valentine's Day. I believe it was on Valentine's Day, I think.
Yeah.
And we went to go. She wanted to go see it because she's a horror. She was a horror film buff. She loved everything horror. So yeah, she was eight months pregnant. Now we went to the movie theater to go watch that. Now I loved it. I liked that one. That was actually really good. That was really, really good.
It's so crazy that Michael Bay produced that. That's fucking insane. He did. Yeah, he's one of the producers on there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, him. It's so produced by Sean S. Cunningham, Michael Bay, Andrew Form, Brad Fuller. Those
wow.
produced it.
Yeah,
you can tell. I can tell when Michael Bay has his hands on a movie. That color palette, the way the characters talk to each other. I know he got his grubby hands in it. But I would say he did a pretty good job. He's not directing. Okay, he's got some good ideas there. I like because. The other ones, I'll be honest with people, those aren't. I never really cared for a lot.
Yeah, I didn't really care for them, but they were funny as fuck. Like those deaths were funny as shit.
Man, Nightmare on Elm Street. I never really watched those that much. Those I never really watched. I think I watched the first Hellraiser movie.
Oh yeah, I watched the first one. That was just too weird and
Hellraiser's weird.
Yeah, I seen the first one. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the first one's probably. Ended up being the best because that's the only one I saw. It was like the whole Cinnabite thing where they were taking off skin and shit. I was like, whenever it gets to that, your boy's out.
Yeah.
There's a horror movie that came out 2007. It started a whole franchise, but I really did like this Wrong Turn. I really do like the first movie. Very, very good, nice, guilty pleasure. Not too retarded, not too stupid, but just that like, all right, this is stupid enough to be a movie I could probably call like at least somewhat good.
Yeah.
What else is there? I did like Strangers at Night. I did like that one. That was pretty solid. Fucking hell, there's too many movies out there. Man, back in the day, even a movie that was considered like not good still had very enjoyable moments there. You can tell it's probably not good, but nowadays when a movie's bad, it's fucking really bad.
It's really
bad.
Can't even
find a good moment in that shit. Finding a good moment in that shit is like needle in a fucking haystack. Fuck that. Oh my god. I will say this: A Quiet Place. I did like those. I did like those movies. Those are pretty good. Quiet Place. Did you ever see the first one with oh my god, Emily Blunt?
No, I haven't watched any of those.
I think you'll like them. You'll like the first one for sure. First one for sure is a absolute banger. Man, I was rewatching some Walking Dead scenes, dude, a few days ago. Oh my god, what a banger that show was!
Dude, back when I returned back to college in Mansfield, me and my roommates. And our bros, we used to get together. Like, it was every Tuesday? It used to come on. I think whatever day on AMC.
Sunday, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember, but I know we used to go AMC, and we was dedicated to watching The Walking Dead. It was my brothers that introduced me to the series because I'm not really into zombies and stuff.
Hmm.
Even though I like Resident Evil and stuff, that's the only thing of zombies that I do like. But
Yeah.
I don't think I was gonna like a zombie show, like a zombie apocalypse show. But man, I got hooked to it. And the reason why I stopped watching because somebody, because I didn't know Walking Dead was a comic, and somebody, it popped up. I got spoiled in the comics where it showed Glenn's death. I said, my boy Glenn gonna die. I said, well, I'm not watching this no more. It was no once it got to that point where I knew he was gonna die, I stopped
Yeah,
watching it.
I knew. I saw it as a series first, and then I realized it was a comic, and then typical me, I watched like videos where it explained what happened in the comics and spoiled everything. I knew Glenn was gonna die for a while, but it was just, man, those first. I think Walking Dead for me peaks at season 4. I think
And
season
what,
4
what
is where
season
it
was that?
peaks.
Which season was that one?
Fucking hell, that's what.
But
That's after the governor. That's after, and that's also when they leave the prison and everything, and
yeah,
they
leave the
have,
prison.
yeah, Beth's death. She died
Yeah,
in that
yeah, yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think for me, first 4 seasons are the best Walking Dead. Season
Hmm.
5 is solid, but I think season 5 is where it starts getting a little like,
Yeah.
okay, it's kind of has run its course right
Just
here.
run the course. Yeah,
Actually,
run its course. It
yeah,
started getting repetitive, and people still making the same stupid ass mistakes and everything. And then it stopped being about the zombies, more so about the humans going to get,
yeah,
going against each other and stuff. Yeah. So after a while, I kind of tapped out. I tapped out of it.
yeah. Because I think, fucking hell, women ain't what they are, ain't what they used to be. No, I'm just kidding. Fucking hell, dude. Did you see that? I don't know if you saw the Piers Morgan Nick Fuentes debate or whatever
No,
they
I
had.
haven't really. Dude, like I've been so before we even get into that,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like with the whole recently, man, I've been pulling away from the internet, man, like and just because I've been getting into AI and all this other type of stuff. I'm learning actually how to do pipelines and stuff like that and create my
Ooh.
own stuff using AI from scratch and everything. But I've been so out of politics because one, it's getting very, very repetitive, and more and more I'm online. I'm starting to realize that the internet is not real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even my daughter, I had so much fun with my daughter yesterday, man. Like, as soon as she got home from school, she stayed in my room all day. We had so much fun just spending time, just talking and
Yeah.
catching up on things. And she, she's curious about like why I stopped doing the culture war stuff, and everything like that. And I was explaining the culture war to her and stuff. And my daughter ended up saying the same thing that I came to the conclusion. She's like, Pop, like she's like, Dad, Daddy, like everything that you're talking about with the culture war and with the politics and stuff, she's like, yo, that's all that stuff is on the internet. He said, when you talk to like when I'm around my friends or I'm around people and stuff, no one talks about this or don't even know this stuff exists. He said most of it is for the chronically online people that's doing this fighting online. But in real life, everybody's like getting along, chilling with each other. If they don't agree with each other and stuff, then it's okay, it's cool and stuff like that. He said all the stuff you arguing about, and I see the stuff that you talk about and stuff. None of that is going on outside. No one is like it's not real. Said all that stuff is just online. And I
So,
came
so
to that.
you're saying your daughter said the internet is basically fake and gay?
Yeah, it's just fake. She's like, Dad, all that stuff is fake. It's like none of it is real. None of it is real. And I drew that conclusion like not too long ago, man. Because like I said before, like I see all the stuff that goes on with the politics and stuff, but lately I've been pulling away from the internet and pulling away from the computer itself and just going out, just interacting and stuff. And yeah, a lot of people don't even know like or when it's brought up and say, huh, oh, that's really going on. I didn't even know that and stuff like that. You know, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
like shit, like
Because you retweet, you quote tweeted that account Sneeko updates, and you had
mm,
talked about like random
mm.
people coming in to your inbox
Yeah,
ranting
yeah,
about some
yeah, yeah. So
bullshit.
that's why, yeah. So yeah. I was about to, I was about to get to that. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
um, that's how I started realizing that like people allow this culture war and allow the internet to become their personality, become their identity. A lot of people talk about the woke people, you know, when it comes to their colors, their identity, and their sexuality, their identity. But even with the people who's not woke, no, who's not woke, man, the internet is their personality. Like this whole culture war is their personality. Like ever since like my channel blew up and stuff, man, every day, like my inbox is just flooded with people every day. Don't even say hi. They don't even I don't even notice people. They just come in and just start rambling about wokeness or rambling about forced diversity or rambling about statistics with black people and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, and then when somebody sends you a message and shit like that, you can see the word like the person read it or seen it and stuff like that. Obviously, I seen it, and you're still, and I haven't answered you. If I haven't answered you, that means I'm not. I don't want to talk to you and stuff. But it would still keep texting, still keep going. I'm like hoping that I would answer. I'm like, dude, read the fucking room. Like, are you fucking slow or something? Like, are you autistic? What's going on here?
I think that's another thing with the internet too. People are the autistic ones. You can tell these motherfuckers are straight up weirdos. Like it also got to a point where like everyone got so in their own camp. Like any disagreement, whether you're left or right or conservative or even if you're center, whatever it is, disagreement with a big person means they don't like you anymore. And it's like, bro. Yeah. What the fuck? These are like it feels like everyone just has their own mini like cult echo chambers.
Yeah, it's an echo chamber. That's one of the reasons why, man. I say, yo, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Especially where the very people who I'm thinking I'm on the same side with is starting to attack me because I'm trying to bring common sense. Like, guys, you shouldn't just jump to conclusions because of this, or wait and see before you just make this assumption and stuff. And then because I'm telling people to have to be patient or to judge things case by case basis. Now all of a sudden I'm accused of being woke. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's weird. It's always the motherfuckers that have gender fluid. It's always a weird animal that's blue that has like trans color. Yeah, and when you interact, when you interact with that motherfucker, they're about to tell you some of the biggest, stupidest shit you've ever heard of in your entire life. You're about to hear some stupid shit. It's always the same type of people. Yeah.
Yeah, but and like I said before, the thing that really started just turning me away more and more is because the more and more I started indulging in it, man, like I actually started running into legitimate racist ass people and shit like that. I mean, legitimate racist people who just don't want black people and shit, who just don't want want women and shit and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm fighting for. I'm just fighting to have things to come right back to where they used to be, a balance and stuff like that. That you like this stuff, you like this game. Oh, that's cool. You like this game. I don't like it, but that's fine that you like it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like as I started going deep down the rabbit hole, man, it's like a lot of people was just using this culture war as a way to exploit how they really feel about certain people, certain ethnic groups, sexes and stuff like that. And then the moment you call them out for, oh no, I'm all about the story. I'm all about if it's not this, that, and the third. No, you're not. Like you're actually exposing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not the same at all. Over like that. So, but back to Nick Fuentes, he's an interesting character because the media calls him a white nationalist and stuff like that. And the crazy thing about Nick Fuentes, like, despite him saying some off the cuff shit, and it's things that I don't agree with him with, but there are things that I do agree with him about when it with Nick Fuentes and stuff like that. But just recently, the whole because the whole Charlie Kirk thing and stuff like that, and a lot of his what do you call them groypers, whatever like that. A lot of them started turning against him because of like how he just did a whole complete 180 on the whole Charlie Kirk thing. So like now he got his own camp trying to say that he got to be a Fed or something, or he's control opposition and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I really don't know.
That Candace Owens shit.
The Candace Owens shit. Like
I always told people, hey, you let in these kind of Shaniquas in, this is what you get. I'm just saying, like, hey,
Yeah, that's why I start really getting. That's why I start really getting into. Like, I start leaving this, even going dig into the politics stuff because it like you leave like the mainstream media. You got the mainstream media, you got the elites, you got the politicians and stuff. And what we have done in the culture war when it comes to gaming or whatever, you left one slave master and just walked into another slave masters. And these new slave masters are your social media personalities, these influencers and stuff. We got to the point where you got these parasocial relationships, you know, with these people within these spaces and stuff. And now we left that plantation and now we on this new plantation. And this is where we have all the grifting coming in. And like I said, when it comes to like Candace Owens, for a perfect example, I remember when she first started out, she was a flaming lefty. She was a straight up fucking lefty, and she was the person that created that website.
I remember
it was like a doxing. It was pretty much a doxing website. You know, for like hate, like for hate speech and shit like that. She was a flaming lefty, and I remember she got called out on it because what happens when you if like say for instance, if you think somebody's a racist or somebody was like a homophobe or somebody said something that was deemed hate speech towards you, you just go on that website and you type that person's information or name in, and it does like a search or it put them in a database or some shit like that. And people say, yo, that's actual doxing and shit like that. So Candace Owens got called out for it or whatever like that by the conservative side and everything like that. And then she was on all these conservative platforms trying to fight her case, saying like, no, it's not doxing, it's that and third. And then the last thing before she disappeared, she was debating that tranny. What's his name? Blair White.
Blair White,
yeah. She was debating Blair White about it. And then right after that, she just disappeared for about maybe 2 or 3 months. I forgot. The world forgot about her. And then 3 months of her disappearing, she comes back speaking conservative talking points out of nowhere. I'm like, is this the same chick that I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same chick that was a flaming lefty. Like now,
I mean, she's quite literally sued the school she went to as a kid for racism or whatever bullshit that is. Yeah.
She just now I believe that people can change, but it was overnight. It was overnight that her whole view and everything just flipped the switch overnight, and now she's just speaking all the conservative talking points, right-leaning turning points, and I was like, I don't trust this bitch. I really don't. Because like I said, I was a lefty. It took me a while before I woke up. Like I said, it took the Trump election in 2016 that really made me go full red pill after that. I was from Gamergate, from 2014 Gamergate all the way up. It took me that long, all the way up to the Trump election, that made me really go turn red, go red and stuff. But this bitch in 3 months just turned. Just turned. So I was like, I don't trust her. I was like,
You remember her Daily Wire period where she was happy to be hired by the Daily Wire and take money from them, and then now they're just the worst people ever. And keep in mind, I'm not saying these are probably perfect people. No one's saying that, but you were happy when they were lining your pockets, when you were getting millions of dollars from them.
Yeah.
Like she hates Ben Shapiro now, but I remember Ben Shapiro was the one who employed you and paid for your maternity leave when you were.
This is the thing. That's what I'm saying about this whole entire space, like in politics, in gaming, is these influencers, man. They are the new media. They are the new mainstream, and people got these parasocial relationships with these influencers. So now you got your own echo chambers with these influencers and stuff. And this is where the grifting come in, because they can lie in front of your face, take your money or whatever they do, and you accept it, because the only reason why you allow them to do this or look the other way, because that person speaks the same politics and has the same beliefs as you. And and I'm not that type of person. Like, I call out, I don't care if you're on my team or not. If I see bullshit, I'm a person about integrity. Integrity matters to me the most. If you're a person, I don't care how much you speak in the truth. If you have no integrity, I don't fuck with you. I don't care what comes out of your mouth. I don't trust you. You're not a great person at all if you have no integrity or you don't practice what you preach. Your word and your actions must align. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for me to want to follow you or to want to just hit it up with you and stuff like that. But the moment you start saying one thing, but then you doing something completely different over here that contradicts what you were talking over here, then what do you stand for? What do you fucking stand for with like that? Are you just saying it because this is an easy way for you to just get money and stuff like that, and you really don't believe it? Like, what's going on here? Same thing with the red pill space. That's why I stopped watching the red pill space. You know, you got all these dudes talking about women this, women that, and don't pay for it, don't ever wife up an OnlyFans chick, and then you turn around, this motherfucker, this nigga over here is wifing up an OnlyFans and get them pregnant and shit. But you simply telling dudes not to do that shit, but you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? What's the what are you doing here? Like I hate that. I hate that shit. I can't stand that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like be real. I hate fake ass people. You know, and that's why I said I'm not cut out. I'm not cut out for this culture war shit because I'm just too real for it. I'm going to call you out, and I'm going to end up being an enemy for it because no one wants to hear it. Like, what are you doing? Like Moving Lord. Like, why are you arguing with him? Like, we were like. We'll deal with that later. We have a war to fight. No, you're literally saying that this person can just lie and grift you and take all your money and shit like that. As long as this person speak the right politics, you're willing to look the other way. But y'all called it left out for doing that shit. They got on, who was that chick? Zoe Gwynn. All right, they got on Zoe Gwynn at the time where she was supposed to come out with a game at the time and never came out with a game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she never produced anything. And the anti-woke called her out on that shit. And you got a motherfucker like Grums who come in. Where's his fucking game? He been working on this game for how long? You know what I'm saying?
Since I would imagine like 2010s period has to be.
Exactly. This motherfucker doing the same exact thing Zoe Gwynn fucking did and shit like that. And he did it even longer. Taking all this money and shit like that and haven't produced a fucking thing. But since he's talking about the culture war and he's supposed to be exposed and stuff, oh, we willing to look the other way. I'm like, I said, y'all some fucking morons. I said, I'm done with this community.
The Melanie Mac stuff. The Melanie Mac stuff just made me fucking
Melanie and the thing about,
she was such a person where literally on her channel before that week of tweets where she just basically turboed her fucking career to the fucking dirt. When she had those tweets. Before those tweets came out, people forget, just a few weeks prior, she's advocating for Marvel Rivals to have that, what's the character? The ice bitch. Oh my God.
I haven't kept up. After I made that video about Melanie Mac, when she talked about the first Descendant and stuff that, I haven't watched any of her content. She don't even pop up on my feed. I mean, I'm still following her, but she don't pop up on my feed. Or whatever like that. So I don't know anything recent with her. I really don't.
So after we EFAP that retarded video she was talking about where she was literally just spazzing out her fucking mind, outside of that, I know she released a follow-up video to that one basically saying that, hey, I'm not happy, and a lot of other shit girls say when they hit the wall and they got no kids. Mm-hmm. But I remember her thing, I knew, I could tell it was fake because before those tweets of her shit talking First Ascendant, calling people gooners and calling basically men a bunch of fucking sexual deviant freaks, this lady in her room had a ponchita, which is from an anime called Chainsaw Man. Guys,
I saw a post somebody made of that shit. Yeah,
and I saw episode 1. This is an episode 1 of Chainsaw Man. That character from that fucking anime just only wants to motorboat chicks. Yeah. It's anime, it's stupid shit, right? But this lady is preaching and talking to people about being pure and abstain and don't give in to sexual desires. Then she, oh my God, on her fucking Bible channel, she's wearing like literally lacy front bras and shit. Really?
Yeah, bro. And this is what I'm talking about. It was like I'm seeing all the people that people uplift, and I'm like, yo, none of these people practice what they preach and stuff like that.
It was Emma Frost. Yeah.
And I started getting like, yo, y'all some fucking idiots. I'm like, all y'all some fucking idiots. Y'all willing to follow these people and shit like that. Don't think for yourself. And even when you call these people out and say, yo, this person's a grifter or whatever like that, y'all defend these people. They're grifting y'all, and y'all defend these people.
Because the Melanie Mac thing was the big eye-opening thing, because she quite, like, literally, remember she was advocating for Stellar Blade to be uncensored and stuff, and then all of a sudden, it's just, oh yeah, well, you know what? She basically called all of her male supporters a bunch of sexual deviants. Yeah. And people defended her because, oh, she's a Christian. What Christian woman do you know does any of this?
Yeah,
I don't know any Christian woman that does shit.
Like I said, like when I did that video about Melanie Mac, like the thing that got me, the reason why I made that video, because I wasn't going to do that video, as I said before, but the main reason why I came out and said it was because I'm a Christian myself, but I never throw my Christianity in nobody's face to try to appear like I'm better than other people, because even as Christians, we do fall short. You know what I'm saying? Like we do fall. You know what I'm saying? And we're not perfect and stuff like that. But don't sit there and then use my faith to slam and Bible thump on people, and you're not living the life that you claim to be living as a Christian and stuff like that. And I said, then what you're doing is you making my God, you making my God look like a joke, because you going around doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the only reason why I stepped up and called her out. Because other than that, I said, man, I'm not gonna waste my time on that.
It's a thing where it's like in her video, she was like, this is gooning and this is disgusting. This lady quite literally has videos right before that one that came out, weeks before, where she's advocating gangs be uncensored. This person is just fake. This is not an actual person with any moral principled stances that she stands on. It was literally like, hey, keep in mind, that could have been how she truly feels about dudes. Hey, I actually don't like any of you. You're actually just all fucking because we know, like, a lot of these Twitch girls, these guys, they really don't like these guys. They see you as pay pigs anyway. That's how she really did feel about dudes. She doesn't see you as a human being. She sees you as just dollar signs.
Look, all right. The thing is that the point, it was another point that she made about the first Descendant. She said she was pretty much saying, I hope that we don't go too far the other way, where just games is just, you know what I'm saying, the games. Now the thing is that point right there, I do agree with her to a point when it comes to that, because when it comes to the culture war and what I'm seeing nowadays, and I said this a few times on my feed, because now it's starting to annoy me. We're starting to get to the point where we're not talking about fucking games anymore. We're not even talking about games. We got the one side bitching and complaining that there's not enough representation, or it's the shit not gay enough, and then got the other side that the chick's ass and titties is not big enough. And we're not even talking about the gameplay no more. We're not talking about none of that. And now when I'm looking around too, like I said, all I see is ass and tits. That's all I see when it comes to games now. Because people just talk about ass and tits. No one is talking about games no more. And that's the thing that I do agree with when it comes with Melly Mac. Because first I didn't see it at first, but I said, no, I see it now. Because even with the whole Lara Croft thing and stuff like that, like, I was talking about the whole vibe and the feel of Lara Croft. I said, yo, I don't want her just to be a beautiful face. Like, she's not just a beautiful face. She's a femme fatale. Like I said before, her aura and everything oozes confidence and that she's dangerous and shit. And she don't play around. She's not just a pretty face and stuff like that. So you had some people argue with me and stuff. And the main thing, like, when I see the argument about the new Tomb Raider, they're not even talking about her personality and the vibe. They're just talking about her tits is not big enough. I'm like, is that all Lara Croft boiled down to? I said her tits are fine. Like, could they be bigger? Sure, but there's more to Lara Croft than her fucking boobs. But that's the whole conversation. Is her titties? It's not. Will she capture the essence of the character? Will she be Lara Croft? It's just her titties. And that's where I'm starting to see a lot down, and it's starting to get fucking annoying, because we're not having conversation about games anymore. It's either shit needs to have representation of people, or shit needs to have more sexualization. We're not even talking about games, and this shit's actually getting fucking annoying to me. So that's why I start staying out of these conversations and stuff like that, because it's not even getting productive anymore.
Yeah. So for me, I don't mind if people talk about things like aspects like that of games. That's completely fine with me. The problem it gets to be is like, is that the only thing you're focused on? Because dudes are always going to do that. They're going to be like, man,
I don't mind them talking about, but when we having these arguments, the arguments is not about the character anymore. The argument is about ass and tits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's not gameplay.
I don't mind you talking about it. I don't care. We guys, we love, ass and tits and stuff. But when we have these debates, when we have these debates, it just boils down to the ass and tits. I'm like, bro, like, I'm like, yo, come on, like the one thing that irritated me was, I'm a Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter. I'm a big Street Fighter fan. And Street Fighter 5, they had revealed C Viper or whatever like that. And I mean, she looks bad. She looks bad as shit. I'm like, yo, her design is just awesome. Oh man, she's incredible looking and stuff. And you had so many people on there bitch, oh, they censored her, and Capcom is doing it again, this, that, and the third. I'm like, how did they censor her? I said, this is the most we ever seen cleavage on C Viper, because in Street Fighter 4, she was a secret agent. So she dressed up in like a suit dress, and she, she was covered up. Her original outfit, she's covered up. Now we actually see some titties and shit. Now y'all saying they censoring her? I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like y'all, it's like y'all just want to argue, y'all just want to get upset or argue and bitch just a bitch at this point. It's fucking annoying. Like, what are y'all talking about? Have y'all ever played Street Fighter 4? Have y'all ever seen C Viper before? Y'all seen C Viper in Street Fighter 6? Like what are y'all bitching about? Like, it's just crazy. Yes, like King said, Viper was more revealing in Street Fighter 6 than 4, but they saying she's censored. I'm like, what are y'all fucking talking about?
That's where you get actual tourists. I think it's people that are actual tourists. Like, they're only, I figured out about some of these new people that are hovering around these IPs. I think they're only here for drama and narratives. They're not actually fans of what's inside the actual
this
IPs.
This is what I'm trying to point out now, because then what's going on here in the culture war is we have so many people who are tourists who are just now flooding the culture war, and they don't even know shit about the IP. They just comment on it and just make rage bait videos and know nothing, no history of the game at all. And then they double down on it. They double down on it, and they're fucking wrong. And they double down. And what frustrates me is their audience still believes them and still follow them. And that's what I said. I don't want nothing to do with this shit no more. I said everybody's fucking morons here. So like a perfect example. And another thing about the anti-woke is get on my nerves that they're no different from the woke side. Is that when it came to the Space Marines 2, the Warhammer 40K, I remember there was a shit ton of people on the anti-woke side that was calling the game woke because they made the announcement that they was going to have some female custodians or something like that or whatever, and they was calling it woke this, woke that, or whatever like that, right? Now, my audience came to me and said, Mugen Lord, like, we want to hear your opinion on Warhammer 40K and shit like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make a video about it. The reason why I'm not going to make a video about it, Warhammer 40K has such a dedicated fan base. That thing, 40K, Warhammer 40K has such rich lore that I'm not going to comment on shit that I know nothing about, because then it's going to make me like a fucking tourist. So I don't know anything about the history. So what I did was I said, you know what I'm going to do? If I am going to make a video, let me get the lore down and get the understanding of what Warhammer 40K is. You know, I sat down one night and watched a 5-hour video of the lore of Warhammer 40K.
That's fucking insane.
For one thing, I would tell you, if somebody was to say, if you were to choose a video game world, what world would you want to be in? I would not want to be in Warhammer 40K. That world is so dark and fucked up. I would never want to be in that world. Well, anyway, even getting 5 hours of knowledge wasn't enough for me to go in to give my opinion. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to touch that shit. But when I watch other people's videos, I can tell just by listening to them, and even at their 5 hours of knowledge, I said, this person's a tourist. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They sit there talking like they're a force of authority on this situation and shit like that. So the fast forward, Warhammer 40K, the Space Marines 2 came out, and it was successful. Next thing you know, the anti-woke side shift the whole like narrative on it. Like, now the game is on their side. Yeah, they like take that wokies, like Warhammer 40K, Space Marines 2, got the wokies mad. Now the whole narrative shift. I said, wait a minute, y'all just called this fucking game woke for having the female custodians, whoever you call them, and now all of a sudden the game is successful. Now all of a sudden Space Marines 2 is making the wokies mad, and y'all got a whole bunch of videos clowning the wokies because of the success of Space Marines 2. I'm like, what's going on here? I was like, this is shit that I'm talking. This is shit that I'm fucking talking about. That these people came into this space, fucking tourists and shit like that, and just make rage bait videos, and their audience just eat that shit up. They just
I'm not a person that's into Warhammer. I think that's for fucking losers and nerds who don't fucking shower. But if there is a legit reason why you can't have a female custody, as they call it, that's all I know.
Yeah,
like, I'm pretty sure there's an actual reason why you can't have one. Like, you can't have a female pope for a reason. But if there's someone that's telling you why there can't be a female custody without having been a Warhammer fan, it's like, what the hell are you even talking about? Like, you just talking hot air,
Well, yeah, but then you start celebrating it the moment it was successful. I'm like, which one is it? Is it woke or not? Now all of a sudden, now the game is on your seat. Now you're on that side of it now. Now you claim that game as, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, like which the it's too many goalposts being moved every time and stuff like that. Even with Expedition 33, when now that the game won awards, also the anti-woke is doing the same thing, or whatever like that. Because when the news first came out and the reveal, you saw black people in Expedition 33. There was a whole outcry about it. What black people doing is based after France and all this other type of stuff. We got all these black people in NPCs and stuff like that. It was so much outrage over that. People were calling it woke and everything. Now all of a sudden the game is super popular. It gets all these awards, and you got these niggas come out of the woodworks. The reason why, like, yeah, this is why it won, because it had no forced diversity. You know, they killed all the black people off early and stuff like that, this, that, and third, and it's purely European and stuff. I said, wait a minute, y'all was the same motherfuckers that was calling it fucking woke. Now all of a sudden it's not woke. I said, I'm tired of y'all, dog. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of y'all.
Yeah, because I don't even know what's going on anymore. Some of these takes, like I remember, like Ghost of Yote getting criticized for having the whole female samurai and shit, and then now it just that came and went like for about a few weeks, and that's it.
Yeah, like for instance, another thing I was debating with people with, because out of nowhere for some reason, what's her name? Dahlia, the female chick from the Doom the Dark Ages. What's it? I can't remember her name. Well, anyway, people started posting up pictures of her. Oh, they're like a dude and this, that, and the other. I said, no, she don't look like a dude. I said, you gotta understand in the world. I said, this is another thing you gotta understand when it comes to female characters and when it comes to just art styles and everything like that. Doom the Dark Ages. Even the men look hideous in that damn thing, but the female character in there, she looks feminine and she matches. She still have to have the aesthetic of that universe that they have created. It doesn't make sense to have all the men fit this particular art style, but then all of a sudden you just exclude her and then make her look completely different from everybody else. I said, no, she is feminine. Well, she got a square jaw. I was like, but I said, I don't have a problem with a woman having a square jaw as long as she still look like a woman, because guess what? There's women with square jaws. Olivia Wilde. I can name a bunch of different damn women. Olivia Wilde and Tron. Fucking, I thought I saw heaven when I first saw her. Sexy as fuck. But she got a square ass fucking jaw, but she's still a woman. Everything, all that femininity is still there. It's intact. She just got a square fucking jaw and shit like that. My problem is not the square jaw itself. It's the fact is that they have a square jaw and look like fucking dudes. That's the problem. But square jaw, a woman having a square jaw doesn't make her automatically a dude. I said, yo, like, dude, are y'all around enough women to know that there's women with square jaws?
That's the first mistake you made. Nerds around women who don't even shower. That's Batal says having female custodies is an issue if you know 40K. 40K is deep. Yep, just like I was my wife last night. It was stupid. It was stupid. They could have just taken the sisters and given them. I don't even know. What is this language you guys are speaking? What is that? Nerd shit. Carrie. Sister of Silence already exists, and they already are basically female. Good lord, Warhammer nerds who don't shower. I already know. No, that's for men. All right. It's all good. People just. Yeah. It's like, what's that thing people keep saying? People just be out here lying for free. Motherfuckers out here just literally lying for free. Like it happens in like the movies too. Like, you know, like people talking about Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
There was this tweet that I bookmarked today, and this guy was like, "Well, people are going to be making all types of excuses when Doomsday makes $1 billion at the box office." I'm like, this is how you know you're talking to actual retarded, disingenuous dumb fucks. That movie just making $1 billion don't mean shit if you spent $400 million on it. That shit needs $2 billion. But idiots like that retarded fucking glue drinker think, oh, I made $1 billion. It must have made money.
Yeah, well, because people don't really know the intricacy behind how all that shit works. They really don't.
Well, what happens is people just see surface level shit and they think they know everything. It's like, oh my fucking god, you people are retarded. Man, if there was a world where I didn't have to live with you people on it and I could just teleport somewhere else, best believe I'm not living here. Because people are just disingenuous on purpose. It's something they didn't know. This tweet will prove it to you. People are actively trying to pit narratives like, hey, people are gonna still talk shit about this movie even if it makes $1 billion. What's the budget? Oh, the budget was just $400 million. What's the marketing? 100 million. A $500 million movie making $1 billion is not good enough. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, your brain is that small. It can't comprehend shit past 2 plus 2. Okay. Like, and that's the problem that people have. Is like their side is, well, I must suck this guy off and do absolute tricks on this guy's dick.
Yeah, because the problem, this is the problem with both sides. Because like with the woke side, when something is really terrible and bad, they want to do everything to uplift it, to make it look good, sound good as possible. Then the woke side, they want something to fail so bad, even if it happens to actually be good. They need it to fail. It's because they spent their whole time creating rage bait. They made a bunch of fucking videos talking about how this game is going to suck as far as sales is concerned, or how bad the game is going to be. And then you found out that the game wasn't actually bad at all. It was actually pretty good, or whatever like that. But because they made that narrative and everybody believed them on that narrative, they have to double down on it. They have the game has to fail. No matter what, I have to make sure to see that this game fails or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like both sides, both sides are fucking ridiculous. Both sides are. It's just they both sides are extreme, and it's getting flooded and flooded. And what made me realize how grifting is a lucrative thing, and how rage bait is a lucrative thing, and how they have to keep it rolling. It's because, like I said, I was in the culture war space. And I remember one time during the whole culture war thing when I was in it, I noticed there were sometimes where there was no news. It was just dead. It was nothing. There was really no drama going on, or there was nothing really to talk about or whatever. And I remember I was saying to myself, like, damn, there's really nothing going on this week as far as culture war stuff, like that's really like spicy and juicy. So now I'm scouring the internet looking for articles. I'm like, what? I said, what can I talk about? What can I talk about? Then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm literally looking for something to talk about. I'm looking for something spicy. So now I'm just clicking on articles. I said, maybe I should talk about this. But as I read, I said, well, there's really nothing that I can really like give my opinion on. This is really a nothing burger of like that. And I said to myself, said, yo, like, dude, this has to become like a job. It's not even fun anymore. But I started saying to myself, like, yo, if there's nothing interesting to talk about, then don't talk about it. Don't even make a video about it.
Yeah.
So I was able to catch myself and say, no, this doesn't deserve a video. It's a nothing burger. So why don't I make a video about this and make it into something when it's really not something? And that's when I pulled back. So I said, yo, if I'm in a situation like this, I'm pretty sure other people within this space is experience what I just experienced. But instead of stopping and saying, yo, like, how about not make a video about it? No, I'm gonna make a video about it and then just exaggerate it. Just make it more than what it is, because I gotta keep that revenue coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, man. I said, no, this is not for me, man.
Like, I understand the premise of like, hey, if people that are working on games are basically saying like, hey, we just want to insert things here just because we feel like there's been some injustice done against like insert race here. It's like, okay, I get the premise of what's being talked about here. I admire it because I think it's good. I think if you're talking about shit like that and you're against that premise, I think that's not a bad thing, right? But it gets to a point where we got to talk about the actual substance in that. You know, it moves away from substance of what the original idea was to just drama farming and some bullshit. You know, it was so funny because Pokimane was like, I miss when streaming was just about gaming and not clip farming, as this retarded dumb fuck
had been
doing
serious? She's the last person.
A woman saying, let's not have drama. That's the most ironic thing I've heard in my entire life. A woman saying, I want to have less drama. Actually insane, right? You know, because I wouldn't want games or any media just having insert bullshit for like diversity quotas. Like that's stupid. That's bad. That would legitimately make your product worse based off that alone. But it has to be off a premise of, okay, this is what our mission is to talk about. But let's go from there. And then and still allow people to like disagree though. You're saying you're not gonna agree on everything. I think this premise of agreeing on everything is just, I'm not gonna do that. We're just, as basic humans, we're not going to agree on everything. That's how the internet is. Like you mentioned earlier, it's like everyone feels like they have to agree, it's because they like that person so much. Like, you can like someone and still disagree with them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine.
That's a lost art. Like you don't have to dive in and agree 100%. I always tell people like, yo, I'm going to say shit you going to just flat out disagree with. I'm going to have some L takes. I just hope that don't dissuade you and say I ain't fucking with him no more because you just disagree with the take that I have or whatever like that. I hope we have that much sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I was like, yo, like I got tired of this shit. I said, I'm not doing this shit no more. I said, this shit is fruitless. I said, I'm already doing my thing, Venus and Ryan Comics, and I'm enjoying doing that. I've created my own thing, and that's all I'm worried about and shit like that. I'll let everybody else fight that shit. Like it's a waste of my time. I found myself stressing out, and then I noticed when I turn my computer off and I just chill, you know, with my family and stuff, and just have a good time. I'm like, yeah, this feels a lot better. And in the moment I pivot away from Culture War, I had lost a lot of subscribers. But the good thing about it was I gained a lot of subscribers to replace those subscribers that left just recently, and now my channel is growing more healthy than before and stuff like that. And now I'm talking about things that I love and enjoy. I'm actually seeing actual progress and views and stuff like that, and I'm happy for that. You know, so yeah, man, I can't do this culture war stuff. Like, and I've been telling people in my recent video, just like, dude, like, if there's a game that you like and it calls out to you and and it appeals to you, play it. Fuck everybody else. Fuck what all these influencers say. Fuck the culture war. Play the game that you enjoy. If it respects your time and you got something meaningful out of it, then that's all that matters. And what proves even more is that, like, when I'm up here doing these culture, when I used to do culture wars videos, or if I'm talking on stream about this stuff or whatever like that, I hear my brothers downstairs laughing and joking with their friends, playing video games. They play Apex Legends, and you know how Apex Legends, you see their roster non-binary, gay, and all this other type of stuff. But they're having fun with the game because at that time they don't play it no more because they fucked that game up as far as balancing and all this other type of stuff. But they didn't care about the cast. All they cared about that the game was fucking fun, and they had a game that their friends also liked, and they having a good time. They're having a good fucking time on Apex Legends and stuff, and many other games, you know, that I wouldn't play, but they play it and they having fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we forgot what gaming is about at this point. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about video games. We're not talking about how good the story is, how well the controls are, the characters. We are talking about, hey, the game is not gay enough, or it's not enough black people in it. And then the other side saying, hey, her titties is not big enough. You know what I'm saying? That's what it all boils down to now. That's what it all boils down to. You know, you have some people who didn't like the new version of Ayane and Ninja Gaiden 4. I thought she was sexy as hell, the new design that they had. But obviously that wasn't good enough. That's censored. So I don't know where the line is drawn anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the internet is not real. It's not real at all. It's just a bunch of people going back and forth over something that most people that's not on the internet gives a shit about.
Yeah. Before we head out, the last thing to talk about is the Venus Ryan comics. So, what's the plans for Venus Ryan comics in 2026?
Oh, good question. Good question. Yeah. So, what's going on with Venus Ryan comics for 2026? We're working on VK Chapter 2 because VK Chapter 1 had released this year and stuff. My artist Jessica, right now as we speak, she's working on the pages. Is the Chapter 2 is going to be about, I believe, about like 60 pages. At the minimum 60 pages, so it's going to be a pretty beefy book for Chapter 2. I can't give you a release date because I don't do release dates, but things happen or whatever like that, but it is being worked on. If you follow me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Venus Orion comics, you will actually get first-hand previews of like the roughs and the line arts when the time comes for Chapter 2, so you get a preview of what to expect with Chapter 2. So if you follow me there, you'll get those good exclusives and stuff. I did a casting call for voices for Chapter 2 characters that's being added into Chapter 2 of VK. So expect some character trailers. I'll be doing some individual character little shorts and with the new with the voice actors and everything like that. And I won't reveal who the voice actors will be voicing because I haven't revealed the characters yet. So the day that the character are revealed, you will find out who the voice actors are. I got some interesting people too, who's voicing who's gonna be voicing these characters. Also, for those of you guys who are interested in buying my comic book, I had also released a promo cover for on my website at VenusOrionComics.com. My promo cover right here. I just released this one. Like I said before, the covers, as I said, these prints are very expensive because the pages is very high is a high detail print, which means it's pretty expensive because like I said, cover A is $16 plus shipping, and I think shipping is about like $3 to $5, I think, or whatever. And then I have my store exclusive cover, which is $20 plus shipping and everything. But this one is $10. I reduced the price on this, and the reason I reduced the price, I don't get much back as far as profit is concerned. But I want people to be able to get their hands on VK. I want them to be able to have access to Venus Orion Comics any way they can. But you can get it digital, $4 or $5 on my website. It's $5 to get it digital. And those of you guys who are new, I guess I'll just show you the pages and everything to give you a perfect example of what I mean and stuff about the quality of the book and stuff. And it's an anime art style that I went for, that I wanted to go for with my universe and everything. We shouldn't. I'm going to show no spoilers.
Good.
Oh yeah, here goes.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
be, guys. Oh my goodness. LG, what's up, man?
Yeah. So man. Me and Jessica, we've been at it, working very hard behind the scenes to get chapter 2 up and ready. So I better get that campaign and everything. Chapter 2, I don't know. I may have a cover E this time around. So we may have a cover E. But if you missed out on the campaigns, you can no longer get the other covers, which was the other covers right here. This cover D, and this is cover B, and then cover C. So these are no longer available. So when we do chapter 2, we'll have new cover B, C's, and D's, and I'm thinking about doing a cover E. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, if you're interested in Venus Orion Comics, even these pictures back here are my characters from my universe, Ultra Squad X, the Valiant Ascenders, and everything like that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much essentially it. So much in store to show off starting next year. So I'll have my first character trailer will be in January, and I think every month or every other month there will be a new character reveal leading up to the release of chapter 2 of Very Odd Killers Vampire Killers VK. Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Because, indie comic books is expensive. A lot of people don't actually understand that shit is expensive.
Yeah, this next book is going to be super expensive. I'll even just put it this way. Chapter 2 is going to probably cost me around $20,000 to make.
Yeah. Fuck. And that's the thing is you go on Kickstarter or Indiegogo and try to get funding.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't ask nobody. The way I do my crowdfunding is not even really crowdfunding. It's pre-orders where I pay the money. So I'm gonna be paying $20,000 out of my own pocket or whatever like that. And all you guys got to do is that's why the goal was so low, because I paid for most of it. Stuff.
Because even if you set that goal to like 5K, that
wasn't enough. Because actually, the first campaign, y'all actually supposed to. I was actually need at least 15,000. At least 15,000. If I was to be realistic with the actual goal, was actually 15,000, not 4,000. And I ain't make no money off the first book. I made no money off the first book.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
we don't make comics. Like
I made no money off the first.
I need to make a meme. I don't need sex because comics fuck me every day. That's what we need. Fuck yeah. It's gonna. But I know you already know this. It's like you got to spend money to make money.
You got to spend money to make money. So the whole goal. I'm learning from Tyler Carpenter. He was saying the only way you're gonna start seeing money is when you have a catalog of books. I only have one book. That one book is not going to turn things around. I'm not like unless I was really lucky that first book people just came in and I just made $1 million or made 100,000. That's different. But the first book, normally everybody's first book is not going to make that.
Yeah,
Right?
it was
Like
crazy when
most,
Ron Coleman's did 10K for Phenomenal #1.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. So, and most of the time, like, and there's no guarantee that the next book is going to make as much as your first one. There's no guarantee
Yeah.
either, and stuff like that. But yeah. So that this shit is expensive. This shit is really expensive. So I'm gonna pretty much kick it out $20,000 of my own bread, so you guys don't have to, or whatever like that. So that's why I hope that I pray to God that this second book really takes off. But as I said before, I need a catalog. I need more books, because once the more books you get, the more people come in and they'll buy them all at once. Say, oh man, you got up to 5 chapters. Okay, I'm buying 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and stuff. And when people see one book, people don't want to invest in just one book because they're not sure if this artist or writer is going to drop another one. So most people come in when there's more books. So it's going to be a while before I actually want to start actually seeing something, or whatever. So that's just how it is. I woke up to the reality. I woke up to the reality of this stuff when I actually started doing this stuff. But my goal is like to I more so use my 3D hentai money to pay for most of it. I don't really go into my savings, like my actual money and stuff like that, which makes it even longer to get these books done, because I have to rely on my Patreon to fulfill the pages. I got I pay her monthly to do a certain set of number of pages and stuff. So now we're doing 60. So I don't because chapter 1, I was only able to afford to pay her 4 pages or 5 pages a month or whatever like that to get 32 pages. Yeah. So the 32 pages I had to pay her a certain amount a month. So now we're talking about 60.
Yeah, I mean, art's fucking expensive.
Very expensive, especially when it's a good artist. I'm not a person where I pay them what they're worth. She's amazing. Her work is amazing and stuff. So I pay her what she's worth. Wherever her page price is, I pay it. I don't do no negotiations and stuff because I know she's going to give me good quality and stuff like that. I don't try to haggle her to lower her prices for me and stuff. No, because I don't want people to haggle me if I got something to offer. You know what I'm saying? It gets kind of like irritating because I got some people like they'll come to me, oh, do you think you can put VK on in video format and just upload it on YouTube? No, buy the book like everybody else. Y'all spend money on everything else, and I'm experiencing a lot. People just want me to give them VK, but don't want to spend money and buy VK and shit like that. And these are the same people talk about support independent, fuck the mainstream and stuff like that. Nobody practice what they preach. This is another thing about the culture war that I can't stand. Y'all bitch and complain about how woke games are, but y'all go turn around and buy the same games y'all complain about. But then when somebody offer an alternative against it, y'all don't support it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's what I've been experiencing lately. People just
that's when I knew a bunch of the indie conversations with people that say, "Oh, well, there's gonna be a rise of an indie movement and all sort of bullshit." That's just bullshit. People just
no one supports that shit. Like I said, like I've been experiencing it for the past couple months. Just people hit my DM, hey, you think you can just give me the book, or I actually walked in on conversations and say, hey, anybody upload the digital of VK? I'm like, what? It's only $5. You can't spend $5 I can't stand people, dog. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, this is you can't spend $5 on VK. You would want to search the internet to get it for free. That's why I don't believe nobody. That's why I fuck people who talk about pirating and shit like that. Oh, I only pirate shit, because it's not available or whatever like that. I only pirate shit for what they call that to preserve shit. Oh, if you like y'all, like none of y'all want to spend money on shit. Y'all spend money on shit y'all want to spend money on. That really disgusted me.
And that's how it always is. Like, I remember there was a person that I know was talking to me about comic books, and I was like, dude, indies can't afford to release their books for free, digital or physical, because it costs so much money to make. And I remember he was saying, but if it's free, people have a barrier of entry where they could just get it and realize if it's worth it. It's like, but no, once they already read it, they're not buying it physically.
They're gonna buy it. It's very seldom where I found somebody that I'd known somebody who pirate something and then went out and got it
Yeah, because
physically.
that was the
It's
narrative.
weird. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah. Remember
Very weird.
Remember that was the narrative. Well, people that pirate stuff usually buy it more.
Now,
I never heard.
I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but
Yeah, yeah,
most of the time, and from my personal experience, motherfuckers who get shit for free don't go out and buy it after that, after they got it for fucking free. You're not kidding nobody.
yeah.
And like I said, I felt disgusted when I started seeing certain people asking, "Hey, if somebody uploaded VK digital," I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's $5." Man, like, fuck these people, man. Like,
Yeah, but then they'll
them.
go on OnlyFans and spend
Yeah, but
$5.99
exactly. You go on OnlyFans and get that whore something. Get that whore $5.
To go and spend $5.99 on Sophie Rain's booty hole pics, like, bruh.
Yeah, it's all about priority. It's all about what you think is worth the money and shit like that. But it actually irritated me and actually hurt me at the same time. Like, and these are people who are supposed to be my supporters. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
like, man, because the way people would talk about, we need an alternative media, because it was always talked about from like people, an alternative media, parallel economy, all this other nonsense. It's like, that's not happening.
It's not going to happen.
That's a cool idea, but it's never going to happen because people are very comfortable with how things are.
Yes, we're
like
creatures. We're creatures of habits. I always said this. We're creatures of habits, and what proved it, like I said before, I used to get so irked when people say, "Hey, Mugalore, won't you make a Rumble?" I said, "Yo, I made Rumble. I made videos saying I got Rumble, but none of y'all motherfuckers go over to it and subscribe to it.
Yeah,
no, stay on YouTube. Like, have you ever heard of Odyssey? Like, I think Odyssey be good for you." I'm like, dude, I got an Odyssey account. I make videos advertising my Odyssey. None of y'all motherfuckers go to it. None of y'all go to it. Y'all just stick to YouTube. And y'all saying, "Man, fuck YouTube. YouTube censorship, this, that, and the other." But then I gave y'all alternative. Y'all don't go to it.
Yeah.
Y'all don't go to it. Then what I'm supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Same thing that happened with when I was having the show on Rumble. Remember, it was the Iron Man podcast on Rumble and shit. It was Rumble X and Twitch, where like people would say, "Hey, go on Rumble. It's great for you." It's like, no, it's these people. What's that term? A champagne socialist. They always talk about what sounds good in theory, but then they don't care. It's all talk. Yeah.
It's just talk. No one practice what they preach. That's why I was like, nah.
I get Rumble is absolute garbage. I fully get it, but don't tell me to make a Rumble, because anyone that says, "Have you made a Rumble?" It's like, we already have them. No, none of you got. That's the problem. Rumble is not a viable alternative. Rumble is legit trash. I'm sorry. I agree with the YouTube criticism. I agree with the YouTube criticism. Everyone does. But if you don't support
it, they would never rise to be able to compete. You have to go to it. You have to start somewhere. Like people are used to, because when something is really popular and become an empire, it has all the bells and whistles that you're used to. And then when you go to an alternative, a lot of those alternatives don't have those bells and whistles at the start. They have to build to that, but they can't build to it if no one is fucking supporting it.
Yeah.
So people are like, "Well, I'll just wait until it gets to that point." But everybody has that mindset. We'll just wait. So no one's going to it.
Yeah. Everyone wants to wait until you're fully completed, but they don't want to help you when you're trying to get to being that guy.
Ain't trying to help you.
Yeah.
It's no different. People just rather wait at the finish line.
What's that old saying? If you can't be there for him when he's down, don't be there for him when he's at his best.
That's how it is. That's how people are. That's how people are, man.
That's why I think indie comic book or indie novel drama is stupid. It's like, y'all know we're a bunch of buttfuck no ones. Having drama don't make shit.
It doesn't. That's why I haven't even caught up. I haven't even really caught up on any of the drama. I don't even care for the drama. Like, I'm staying out of that shit. But I said the same thing. Why are we having drama even within the indie comic space? It makes no sense. Like, we all can eat at the table together and shit like that, and having all this beef going back and forth, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Yeah, it makes no sense because everyone's trying to do the same thing, and having drama is just nonsensical and doesn't benefit no one. It's like, hey, my butt fuck nobody characters is better than your butt fuck nobody characters. Congratulations. Like, what? Bro, it's like that meme of the two dudes handshaking and shit. Like, bro, no one cares about jack shit we're doing, and we're arguing for no reason. There's no actual value on the table. It's like, hey, my character is cooler based off what? You're like, but mine's drawn better. That's gay. Like, bro, people out here just arguing gay shit constantly. Oh my god, man. Oh, WC, don't pay attention. He's a crackhead. So it's crazy because I would hear all this talk about people saying like support indies and all this other stuff. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, it's just not happening. Like it's and I want people at your level to get support. It's not that I don't. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
that. It's just that I know people are full of shit and they're not going to do it. Same thing with Rumble. People say, well, go support on Rumble, but I know you're not going to. Why are you
Yeah.
saying something you're not going to do?
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
get this. Like, just
Yeah.
it just be like, hey, I don't like Rumble. I'm not supporting you on there. That would be way better of hearing than, hey, I'll go and watch you on Rumble when I know you're not. Like, literally,
Yeah.
guys, if I wasn't here streaming on YouTube, you wouldn't care if I existed at all. No one would. That's the sad reality of it.
It's reality. It's the reality of it.
That's why it sucks to lose YouTube due to YouTube's bullshit. Because if unless you're a personality, you could be on Twitch or X or whatever. Like, literally, if I wasn't streaming on YouTube, no one would care. That's just what it is. Even people that say they like you wouldn't go and watch you on Roll. They just wouldn't care. It's just what it is, you know? And that's the sad reality of the world is people just be talking some bullshit because it sounds nice to say, but actual reality, that should never happen. So, God. WZ is true, right? I'll watch you on Rumble. Yep, right? Always. Oh god. Where I'm just learning WZ exists. Yeah, it's a all cross chat thing if you stream it to your side on StreamYard and stuff. But yeah, last few things I'll ask you, man, because I know it's late for you. First thing is, do you have anything else coming up for 2026 as far as like content wise or your YouTube channel?
Oh man. As far as content, especially on my YouTube channel, I just go with whatever that comes to mind that I have interest in. Like I said, I'm doing retrospectives and stuff like that. And sometimes now I feel more at peace now because now I got to the point where I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm not gonna sit there and kill myself doing 3 videos or 4 videos a week.
Yeah.
Whatever. For the past couple of weeks, I did 1 video that week, and then the next week I did 2, and then if I felt like doing 3, I do 3 and stuff. So it's whatever that I have interest in what comes to mind. I think a video I will come out with is my thoughts and impressions on the Nintendo Switch 2 because I finally opened it. If I opened my Nintendo Switch 2, I had it since June, but never opened it, and I just recently opened it. About like last week now. So yeah, I'll have that coming up, especially after the Christmas holiday or like that. Definitely give you my thoughts and opinions on it and everything. But yeah, I just go where the wind blows me when as far as content is concerned on the channel and everything. But my main focus is VNC Orion Comics. I'll be taking that to a whole nother level. And like I said, there's so many things I have in store for you guys. But I can't reveal it to you guys because I have to wait it's all strategies, all marketing and stuff. I can't give you everything, and then I have nothing else to advertise until the book come out. So I have to space everything out as far as my reveals. But yeah, I pray for a successful year for VNC Orion Comics moving forward. But yeah, that's about it.
Yep. And last thing I'll ask you, man, is do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, shout outs to you. Shout outs to Leon, Cassie, my boy LG, my young boy J-Man, Code, Derpy, was it Talcum X, Ryu, Neo Tengu.
Yeah,
it's a lot of you guys I'm trying to remember here.
Yes,
I love all you guys.
I'm in the YouTube chat, but I don't see WZ. So you would have to come over. So he's streaming this episode of my show to his channel.
Yeah, because it's an option, which I think is pretty cool. When you invite me, it's an option that pops up on my screen. Do you want to share it? Stream it to my channel.
Yeah.
So that's what it does.
Yeah. And so once you guys see it streaming from my angle, it's basically the idea of like you would go and support the person where the stream is actually coming from. So, but I always hope this, just because someone does that, you don't have to subscribe. I'm just doing this for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for doing YouTube. I'm not even monetized. I don't care. I already have the requirements. I don't give a fuck.
Look, dude, even though I'm monetized, like I rarely like sometimes I'll make like $100 here.
That's
I think the most I ever made during the culture war, like a month, was like I was making like 300 a month, and the highest I ever made was like 500. But most of the time my checks be like $100, or it'd be $50 to $100 of like that a month off YouTube. And you only look, I'm gonna tell you how much I get paid on Twitter. And the thing was like I forgot that I get paid on Twitter because I got the blue check mark, and if people always try to do this as a way to like insult me. Oh, of course, he got a blue check mark. He got to pay his rent. I'm like, for starters, like I was successful. I'm successful outside of YouTube, outside of the internet. Like all my success was off the internet, not on the internet.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Twitter, I had a post that had 1 million views. I remember, I forgot what month that was. And then on top of other I only made like $50. It was $50 that month. And then my new check that came in from Twitter was $15. I got that yesterday. And and I don't make posts because people who disagree with me be thinking I'm just rage baiting some to get money. I'm like, you don't get paid on Twitter. Twitter pays you pennies. Twitter pays you pennies. No, I got a blue check mark because I'm tired of when I make my post, I gotta do all these inside tweets to continue my tweet. When I got a blue check mark, I can make a long ass tweet. I can just keep everything in one tweet, and I also can post long form videos. So I treat my Twitter like a YouTube channel. When I post on YouTube, I let my YouTube run its course, and then I take that same video and just post it on my Twitter. For those who are from my Twitter community can watch it from beginning to end. I don't care about getting money from some damn Twitter. Twitter don't even pay shit, dog. Like $15 I got yesterday.
That's
$15,
right?
Yeah, when I see my posters were getting hits, I'm getting like 10K hits. I'm getting 20K hits and shit like that. I'm only on $15. I literally didn't know that they sent me $15 yesterday until I checked. I was just checking my money and stuff, and I got $15 from Twitter.
Bro, yeah, and it's people that say stupid shit like that. Where you pay for Twitter? Well, yeah, but if it pays me to type out my thoughts, why wouldn't I?
Well, yeah.
What the fuck? And also, if $8 is too much for you, maybe stop being broke.
And
I don't know.
I got check marks. Remember, I got 3 Twitters: my Mugen Lord, Venus and Ryan Comics, and then my 3D Hentai Beauties.
Mm-hmm.
I got check marks for all 3. So, yeah, man.
Oh God, man, it's crazy out here. But it's always good to talk to you, man. It's always good to see you. Can't wait to have you on again next year at some point. See where everything's at. When women are always going to be fucking retardedly crazy. It's just
it is what it is.
I can't stand women anymore. I'm done. Dudes need to stop telling women what they want to hear because they want to bang them. It's can we agree? Sex is overrated and women are overrated. I'm done. Calling it quits. I'm done. I'm retired.
Yeah. Even the dudes, even the players that I know that get women and stuff like that, they're tired. They tired of fucking chicks. They want to be left alone. Like that and just play PlayStation and shit. Like
oh, there was that one banger tweet that you quoted quote tweeted. It was the image of the PS2 and it was like no DLCs, none of this other bullshit, just the system, just the game. Yes, that's what gaming used to be. None of this other extra bullshit.
Yeah.
Just game. The game was finished. I bought it. I played it. I beat it. I took it to a friend's house. That's it.
Yep. And if I want to go back someday, I'll go back to it and run it again. And I want to get back to that point because I got a whole backlog of games. I do want to get back to that feeling of gaming where I just pick up a game, just play it, and then enjoy myself and just put it down and move to the next game and stuff. I think the problem with gaming today, where I'm exhausted. When I mean by exhausted, there's too many options that's out there. I got choice paralysis. That's why I don't really game much because I look at my Nintendo Switch. I look at my Nintendo Switch 2. I look at my PS5 and my Series X, and I just stare at it because I'm like, yeah. And I look at it and I say to myself, what do I want to play? And then I sit there, I'm like, God damn, I don't even know what the fuck I want to play. Because I got some games that I haven't finished or I haven't even opened yet on the Xbox. And I got games I haven't even opened yet on the PS5. And I got games I haven't even opened yet on my Switch. And I sit there and end up not playing nothing. I end up saying, okay, I'll just go back to my computer and work on some Venus and Ryan comics. It don't end up playing this stuff. And it's too much. And Steam, that's the reason why I don't really fuck with Steam like that. Because one, I'm not a digital guy, but my Steam library is just filled with games. And what happens is I click on a game and then I put it down 5 minutes and then like, oh, I want to play this game. I don't like back then it wasn't like that. You know when you got that game, you only had that game
And you had
and
to
whatever
build
like
your
that, and you
collection up.
played this shit out of it. You just played this shit out of it
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And especially when your parents was the one buying you the games, and when you were young, you didn't have a job to buy your own game.
Oh yeah.
So when your parents bought your game, and some people only got like 1 or 2 games out a year, or they wait, or it was Christmas where they got most of their games. Me, like when I was younger, I only got games during report card time. When I got a good report card, parents bought me a game. Birthdays, I get multiple games on birthdays, and then Christmas, I get a shit ton of games of like that. But when your parents bought you that game, you played the shit out of it. You spend hours on it, and you savor that moment because you didn't know when the next time you get the next game. Now I'm a grown ass man, an adult with a daughter. I can buy any game I want. That's why Christmas doesn't even feel special, because every day is Christmas to me. Every day is Christmas again to me. Like yesterday, I wasn't going to get myself anything for Christmas, but my dad said, "Son, you can't keep sitting here overworking yourself because all I do is work." He said, "Son, you got to wind down. Like, buy yourself something, you know." Because I got my daughter something for her Christmas stuff, but I wasn't going to get anything. So I said, "You know what? All right, I'm gonna buy something." So I ended up spending $400 for myself on Amazon. I ordered Donkey Kong Bonanza for Switch 2. I ordered the the Fantasian Neo Dimensions for Nintendo Switch. I bought Metroid Prime 4. What else I got? I think it was the Trails in the Sky remake. I bought that. It was like a couple other games, and it all came up to $400. I just bought it. And then the problem is, will I play them? I don't know. But Christmas,
Yeah.
I'll see what happens Christmas or whatever. But
yeah, that's why I don't buy as many games, because I know I'm not going to be able to get to play them in time, and because I want to stream the games I play, because I want to fucking stream in silence, play in silence. So I had to set up a thumbnail, set up a day to play through them and all that shit. Like, I know when I'm getting paid, I'm gonna be getting the Dragon Ball Z Fighters character packs that are on sale right now. So get all the characters and shit. That's like $27 and shit like that. And I usually just only spend money on like Master Duel. That's it, you buy gens for like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit. But that's pretty much it, you know. But as we wrap it up here, what's up, Mugen? Just came home after celebrating my birthday today. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Landon. Yeah, Jay. Yep. I don't know when I'm gonna play it though.
Yep. But yeah, it was great having Mugen Lord on once again. I just want to say thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we will see you guys later. You guys have